up the pipes, as they say. So we got our officials in the tower. We got the boats warming up. We got the course marshals getting to their spots. So we want to say good morning. Want to give our first thank you today to God above for putting us all here and allowing us to race. And say thank you to our sponsors, IGSBA, Jet Tribe, Liquid Molly, Commander Industries, 321 Kawasaki, Pro Rider Magazine, Jet Trim, Caldwell Pools, Leisure Pools, Works Racing, Mauritos Beverages, Ride Down Power Sports, Vision Watercraft, Dawson Jet Ski, LGN Sports, Charles Gichard, Action Photography, Adrian Benson Photography. And a special thank you to Paul Allen in the city of Paris. So we got a line started for the raffle tickets. They're filling them out now. We've already sold 2 $100 entries and a few extra. So that means we're already 30 deep into the raffle. And only 2 people are going to be winning it so far. So if you don't want to see Brianna Weiler win again, come down here and come down here and race her in the raffle.
Check, check. Check, check. Check, check. Why can't I hear myself? There we go. Good morning, everybody. If you're just tuning in, we're going to start our day with our Pro GP Ski. GP Ski, it's got a few different classes on the line, but all open GP boats. So that is race 15 of today's schedule. So we're going to start with 15, then we're going to roll straight into race 1 after that. So if you watched yesterday, it's the same order. Same exact order as yesterday as far as who. If you were interested in somebody you know that was in Moto 1, they're still in Moto 1. Same order as yesterday. We're just going to start with these guys and end with these guys on the live stream. Let's see if I can track who we've got out there. You've got Jules Hopkins on the 85. There's Rylan Webster on the 127. Let's see who else we can catch for you. There's Cooper Scheck-Snyder on the 28, excuse me. We've got Juju Bomir. He is racing, he's on Karis Webster's boat. That's just a borrowed boat for the weekend, 210. So Juju Bomir visiting us from Supercross. He's down here with some of his Red Bull media team, getting some pictures for him. So we're definitely happy we got that kind of attention out here. Let's see, who else can I find for you in the water? That looks like Trevor Burns on his 299. There's Juju. There's Katara. I always get the first name. I forget if it's Ty Katara or Mason Katara. Apologies there. Adrian's out there. I'm not sure that Adrian is in this moto, though. Jules Hopkins on the 85. All right. I'm going to turn my mic off, and then you'll start listening to Joey Domingue.
Do we see if Ulysses Grant comes to the race or not? Benjamin Franklin has a clear advantage in this race, but you only get to be president once. one of my favorite movies, Point Break. He holds the bag open. He goes, "Sorry, Johnny, looks like you don't get to be president."
It is?
Yeah, going all the way up. Harry up that way. He was at the motor coder.
All right, everybody. I think we're just getting everybody in position for the national anthem. I see our second course marshal, Charlie Bumpus, throwing some fuel in a ski. I see Justin Smith and Shanti in the tower. We may have one more scorer that's going to make their way to the tower. I think Dale Swanson was in the tower yesterday. So what else is missing? Got Course Marshal Rob Crow. He's in the water. So I see just about everything we need. We may be waiting on just to get some fuel in this Course Marshal ski.
Race number 15. Race number 15.
Welcome to Sunday racing. We're going to start this off with 8 laps. 8 laps.
So in Master Ski GP on the 17, we got Craig Fain out of Norman, Oklahoma. 108. On the 410, Craig Snyder out of Sulphur Springs, Texas. 28, Cooper Shake Snyder, Asbury, California. 127, that's Ryland Webster out of Phoenix, Arizona, riding for Command. On the 299 out of Rockfall, Texas, we've got Trevor Burns. He's riding for OGO Bill Helmets, 100% rain cross storage. On the 12 out of Spicewood, Texas, we got Mike Myhills. He's the awesome jet skier. On the 85 out of Mississippi, we've got Performance Jet Ski Racing Cycle Commander Industries, HRT and Ross Products is Jules Hopkins. On the 186 out of Lavernia, Texas, Mason Katera, Road Watercraft sponsored. And on the 210 out of Lake Havasu City, Arizona, Choo Choo. Jules Hopkins with that Jet Tribe pole shot, followed closely by Cooper Shake Snyder, Ryan Snyder, Ryland Webster. Trevor Burns on that 299 in the mix with Choo Choo. Then it looks like Adrian Fisk jumping into this one, hopping and skipping around in the horseshoe, followed by Mike Myhill. Never seen one of those making it over the top like that. Looks like Craig Lane, 17. Meanwhile, Jules Hopkins already in the Dale's Jet Sport splits. Cooper Shake Snyder, though, right there with him, about a buoy behind. Then we've got Ryland Webster around Ryan Snyder already for third. Coming out of those merges, Ryan Snyder there in fourth, followed very, very closely. Looks to be by 186 Mason Katera. Cooper Shake Snyder trying the inside splits. That's the Jet Tribe splits. Jules Hopkins keeping the horsepower up on the outside, though. Puts a little bit of the gap shock and trip on Cooper. Trevor Burns on that Ray GP racing up. He's got Juju behind him. Then there's Mason Terra. Followed by Adrian Fisk on that stock boat, and Mike Myhill having a great battle. Then Craig Fain on the 17, the early morning sun shining wonderful on these speckled boats. See the numbers really bright in the morning. Laps. So race number one, we need you on the starting line. Jules Hopkins now just running the wide side of the course, staying on the full outside, keeping that power. Gary Hopkins giving away a few secrets yesterday. Jules Hood decided to leave him and take a swim. So different type of exhaust setup on that 85 ski. Looked like a 550 exhaust. Big red box before it goes by. See how it's there as well. Gary Hopkins and Performance Jet Ski and Performance Jet Ski and Cycle Speed Lab innovating some new
it's like something like basically something on the top. 95 with that different angle.
There's Brian Snyder now in race with Trevor Burns now is in water all by himself. He's got a really good view of the race going on in front of him. I'm willing to bet he's going to watch Juju Barbier there. That's right. They told me right last night. See how he put the pass on Brian Snyder, and then he'll wait a lap and try to do the same thing.
Yeah.
A lot of action throughout this GP ski class. You've got Jules Hopkins in the lead.
All my infrastructure for that's good. I just got to get a remote.
Followed closely by Cooper Shake Snyder there. And Rylan Webster trying to make short order of the course. He's taking the Jet Tribe split.
But that will also help keep the two sides apart.
Trying to stay quiet for you guys when Jules passes by so you can hear that exhaust running. A lot of endurance on these skis. These young men ride these skis, do a lot of cardio while they're on the skis. So a lot of upper body movement with your elbows and your shoulders to control the handle and the steering, and then obviously amazing for the middle of your body to maintain balance on top of the jet ski speed. And then riding one of these skis in practice is very, very difficult on your legs. The way that you trim is actually with your legs. So no footholds on these skis. Obviously you wear really good shoes and switch your feet back and forth on this race in between the shoes. So full body workout and stand up jet ski. The Commander's GP ski, much like the old open class where they don't hop on top of the water so much, they cut and blast through the water. We call it a brick on the water. That's not really how it handles. It's way different now. But they actually slice and cut through the water. They like rough water way better. So that's why you see all the spray coming up off the side of them. That's dispersing the energy of the chop and the waves underneath them. It keeps the ski hooked up. That's why you don't see it bounce and pop that much like you used to see the older skis, and we'll see later today. They stay flat and tracking. Riders pivot the ski underneath them and let their legs absorb. You'll see them hang their shoulder way off the ski, or their bottom side, as some people like to say. It keeps the ski flat and tracking. Race number one, we need you to start it. car for Mike Myhills now. They're going to come out of the horseshoe right together. That SXR 1500 throws a way different wake than these GP skis. So when you're on the lighter ski that's actually the car, to jump that wake of the SXR 1500 is a little bit more of a challenge. Webster there go by, putting a lap down. I'm out there looking for the leaders. I know they just went through the Dale's Jet Sport splits. I believe they're coming around now to the outside splits. Yes, indeed. Dale's Jet Sport splits now. Hopkins, your leader on the backstretch. Still followed closely by Cooper Schegsnyder. Slower rider letting him go around. Knows they're in a heated battle, so he's going to give them clear water. Jules still staying on the outside. Looks to me like Webster now. No, Cooper's now trying the inside. So Cooper Schegsnyder on Jet Tribe Blue splits. Keeping the power down on the outside. Looks like Trevor Burns is going to pull off. Schegsnyder now about 2 buoys behind Jules. That was Mason and Tara. They were putting a lap down. Thank everyone that's participated in the raffle so far. It's still going on. We'll keep it going all day. So if you get time, come down here, and I've got a roll of raffle tickets. You can fill out your name. I've got a little podium here that you can sign your name on with a good amount of pins. Please participate in the raffle. It's going towards one. All right, so Jules took the white flag that time by, and Jules Grenier also borrowed boat with Harris Webster's number. Good morning. I want to say thank you back there to Charles on the camera. Charles Ginchard Photography doing our live stream. Adrian also going down on the splits out there, but gets right back up. There's Brian Snyder out of Sulphur Springs. Had a good talk with him last night. Followed by Adrian Fitz. This is actually a really good race. They're all Lonestar region riders, Brian Snyder, Adrian Fitz, Mike Myhills. So they're all used to riding with each other. They're all grouped out there. This is Jules Hopkins taking the checkered flag, followed by Cooper Schegsnyder. Then really close, Riley Webster. I want to thank these guys for being the first race out of the gate. These skis are not easy to ride. So asking them to be first one out of the gate, show us how it's done. That's a big, big thank you to them. Race number one is on the starting line. We're going to go through the 2 Moto system we're going to do today just like we did yesterday. The live stream is on right now, so we know a lot of folks are in church, and we are appreciative of that. But if they are at home and want to tune in to the live stream, we encourage them to do that so they can cheer on their folks. I want to thank our sponsors again. Sponsors for this championship weekend are IJSVA, Jet Tribe, Liquid Molly, Commander Industries, 321 Kawasaki, Pro Rider Magazine, Jet Trim, J. Caldwell Pools, Hey John, Leisure Pools, Works Racing, Oritos Beverages, Ride Now Power Sports, Vision Watercraft, Austin Jet Ski, or Dale's Jet Ski. Franklin still in the lead on this raffle. If anybody's got some other presidents besides Benjamin Franklin want to get him in the race, but we're okay if Ben wins. I know a guy named Ben Wynn, actually. Good guy. Thank you, race number 15. We look forward to seeing you again very soon. Race number 1, Junior Ski 13 to 15 lights, 2-stroke SXR Superjet on the 27 out of Wichita, Kansas, riding for Big Fish Bail Bonds, Naughty Water Racing, Dad and Smith Racing. It's Trent Cornett. On the 52 out of Lumberton, Texas, riding for Good Times Mafia Motorsports. And Outpost Power Sports, it's Jaden Rosado. On the 160 out of Sulphur Springs, Texas, riding for Factory Jet Tribe Racing, Commontex Gaskets, and Dale's Jet Sports, it's Andrew Bowe. On the UA7 out of Ukraine, Texas, riding for Works H2O Design, CCS Marine, UA7 Racing, and Quinn Ross Construction, it's Felix Mirnico. On the 7, no, he's going to sit this one out. I don't blame him. On the 106 out of Quinlan, Texas, riding for Travers Construction Group, it's Holland Javier Falcone. And on the 238 out of Princeton, Texas, that's the great Nate Brazel. I got some comments last night when I tuned into the live stream to see who was watching and say hello. That was actually really gracious, so we'll try to do that again this morning since I've got a full battery. Tony Tabor was tuned in yesterday. Tony talked a lot of smack about being here, and something came up last minute. He wasn't able to come, but still able to tune in while he was at home and cheer us on from afar. Tony's in Arkansas. Really cool when you type in Charles G. You just get to Charles G, and the first thing that pops up on YouTube is Charles Ginchard Photography. That's actually really cool and hard to pull off. Okay, so good morning, Planet Keebler. Thank you for tuning in. Colin Thomas, thank you as well, and for the comments. If you're on the YouTube stream and one of the 15 watching and chime in, we'll try to give you a shout out and say thank you. Tell us who you're cheering for, and we'll has a new voice for sale. I'm in the market. Hey, Scott Tillery's back with us today. Thank you yesterday for tuning in, Scott, and today. Uh-oh. That's what we were waiting on. Cooper Snyder, Jake Snyder there has got to come in on the hook. Always hate to see that. That's what we were waiting on. We'll remind everybody with this silence in the break, a near miss on the water right now. Want to say that we're doing, it's Course Marshal Appreciation Weekend, so Course Marshal Rob, Course Marshal Courtney, Course Marshal Charlie out there on the water, and then our officials up in the tower, our scorers Dale and Shanti, And Wild Bill, our starter. Blue outer flip-flop, ladies and gentlemen. Never a dull moment in front of the announcer's tent down here. So what we're doing for the course marshals is we're going to have a raffle today, and what the raffle entry gets you is a chance to win an entire season paid for next year with Naughty Water for the Lonestar series, and then if you participate in the Mid-America series, they'll look at you good for that one too. So I encourage you to race a little bit more, save a little money. So Adrian did jump on the Super Jet. He took a bit of a breather and showed up late. He saw that Cooper was going to need some help, so he took a bit of a breather. Adrian Fisk riding back-to-back motos. Just got off the SXR and now on the Super Jet.
Coming in first. I know. What a guy. Just don't crash, and then you don't.
So the inside split, Jet Tribe split start,
But yeah,
looks to be like Javier Falcone on that 106.
Yeah.
That's the
Thank you.
black boat. Javier's wearing that really bright pink and blue wetsuit. Tracking really well. So coming around for the Jet Tribe whole shot, it will be Javier Falcone. But no, wait a minute. Andrew Bo's got something to say about that. Give the Jet Tribe whole shot to the Jet Tribe Prince, Andrew Bo. Tracking around the horseshoe is the 160, bright orange and black Jet Tribe wetsuit. Third place, Jaden Rosado, followed by Felix, then Trent and Adrian Fisk. Nate Brazel now going into the horseshoe on that SXR. Two SXRs out there. Felix, Nate riding Kawasaki. Bo now in the Dale's Jet Sports splits, also a Dale's Jet Sports rider. Javier choosing the outside, Bo choosing the inside. A lot of riders yesterday telling me they preferred the inside splits on the green part, the Dale splits, and not so much on the blue side, the Jet Tribe split.
And dude, talk about
Steinomite, I'm going to try another part of your toolbox today and say the liquid volley.
You don't have to just answer the question. You know? Thank you.
Jeremy, if you're tuning in this weekend or later this week during work or whichever, hello, buddy. Sure miss you. Glad to listen to you on the waves. Jason Psycho Ward, if you're tuning in, also enjoy listening to you, bud. Andrew Vo pointing at the start line saying, I love you guys. He's way out front now.
What's up?
Javier playing a little bit of defense now with Rosado. Rosado's right at him. So Javier going to make that Super Jet wide, which is hard to do. It's not a very wide ski. Wonderful water conditions so far this morning. Trent Cornett and Nate Brazel now duking it out in the horseshoe. Good morning, Connie Duclashane. That's Miss Joe to me, but she's saying, go Jaden. It's her grandson. And Colin Thomas, always cheering on for Travis Falanga. He's in that bucket truck brigade out of El Reno, Oklahoma. So Andrew Vo still in command out front. Had a good talk with him yesterday afternoon. Told him if you're doing all the right things, it's going to happen for you. It's happening right now. Javier Falcone still looking ahead like, no, I'm not catching him today. I'll just hold my own right here. Of course, we're going to have 2 rounds today, but this is the wrap-up for the Lonestar Series points. So all these riders in this class are national points, and most of them are in contention for national plates and placement because they've raced so much. Trent Cornett now catching up to Adrian Fisk and leaving Nate Brazel in the dust. Charles, I'm trying, buddy. Oh, Rosado trying to make a swing on Javier, goes down just for a second, loses all of his ground. Water, real estate. Rosado standing up out there on the backstretch, just you can tell he's getting a little bit of a breather. It's like, man, all that work I just did. I can tell what he's thinking. So Andrew Vo coming for the white flag. 1 lap to go. Stretch that lead out almost to a whole straightaway over Javier. Rosado, though, taking that breather on the backstretch. Javier laxed up a little bit, so they're now actually back together in the horseshoe. Rosado making up that ground. I think Rosado's faster in the straightaways to where he'll catch up to Javier, and then where Javier's really always shined all season is in the splits. He can just turn a jet ski beautifully. Colin Javi. Now Trent Cornett and Adrian Fisk still in a really good battle. Trent gonna reserve his energy today. He's having to take over a lot of duties with Tristan having issues yesterday. So Trent riding the 2-stroke class, the 4-stroke class, the open class, and the 4-stroke stock class. Race number 2, the starting line is yours. Race number 3, you're staging. Want to remind everybody we are having a raffle, so dig deep in your pockets. That money that you've been setting aside for the car wash or whatever, come down here and take a chance at our raffle. All the money is going to go to our course marshals. So Andrew Vo going to cross that liquid molly finish line there. He's going to go to the shutdown area, maybe not, hopefully so. Yeah, he's going to take the short route to the area. So one thing that we're doing, Rosado there right at the end.
Joey. Jules. Jules.
I knew he was down here for a reason. So we've got Moto 15 winner, Jules Hopkins. Tell us about what it's like to be out of the trailer and on the race course this morning.
It's definitely different. I mean, I like to roll out of bed pretty late, but once you get up moving, throw the AirPods in, get a little stretching going on, it's not too bad. It'll be nice to get everything wrapped up a little bit earlier, even though I do like starting later in the day, warm up, eat right, get everything going. Honestly, have a better moto, but I was surprised at all I did out there today as far as like getting up and ready to go. The hull, most hulls work really well in smooth water, because it's smooth water, but the difference on a Commander hull out in this and the way we set up my engine package, my dad, I want something I can ride consistently throughout the moto, and it's not going to tire me out as much, because anybody that races pro steel, they come in, they're big, mighty, but we all get tired. It's just who gets tired the least throughout the moto. So the hull and engine package, once it gets rough, as long as it's easy to ride, just makes our job so much easier.
All right, so we got to share a little bit from yesterday because Jules he had a challenging day yesterday. So something happened out on the race course, and he had to do a little bit of salvage work, but he didn't give up. How satisfying was it to bring that hood back to the shore and put it on your jet ski? Talk to us about that.
I just know I wasn't coming back in without it because with the head and exhaust we're running now, it's really a one-off piece, so it's not like I can go to Steve and be like, hey, can I borrow a hood? So once I came to and was out there, I was like, I got to find it. If I'm going to race the rest of the weekend, I have to find this hood.
So Jules he's been racing a long time with us. He's from the Space Coast or the Gulf Coast. The Gulf Coast is so big. We're all Gulf Coast, but Jules mostly rides in Florida, but we consider him a Texas region rider. He does himself too. Been coming and doing this a long time with his dad. He's the first guy underneath somebody's hood when something's wrong. He's the first guy to say, I've got a part that will fix that or make that better. So we appreciate you coming and racing with us and putting on a show the way you do. Is there anybody at home that's not here, I know there is, that you want to give a thank you and say hello on the camera?
Absolutely. All my friends and family back home. Wish you were here. It's awesome. Awesome event. Awesome venue. Everybody behind the scenes, they're doing such a good job. Obviously, Commander Industries, my dad, former jet ski and cycle. BP Concepts, I'm kind of biased, the best looking GT1 out here. H Factory, I might be forgetting some, but thank you everybody. It's just awesome to be here. Get out there and just run with the best of them. Ryland's running awesome. Cooper is. Cooper, he knows what it's like in the shop day in, day out. He's the one that builds the hulls, and he is amazingly fast. We were heading to the first buoy. Ryland got the jump, and then mine pulls about in the mid, and we're heading towards the first buoy, and out of my peripheral, just like a rocket. I'm like, oh man, we're going to have to work for this one.
And I've got to say, the content that you put on, so Jules works a full day at the shop and then takes the afternoon off after everybody else leaves, then heads to the water and has like sunset rides and practice rides with his GoPro, and then of course he goes home and edits that. You probably go to bed between 10 and 11 o'clock to get up and do it again the next day. But if you don't follow Jules Hopkins online, he does a really like a YouTube channel of the day in the life of what it's like to be a jet ski racer. He puts on great content. I know it's something you do anyway, but you share it with us. I got to say thank you for that. Keep doing it. We all follow you. We all love you. We're glad you're here. So, any last words?
Just, it's super fun. I do it as like a fun thing with my friends. Because, I mean, what we do is so unique and special. It's the most fun thing you can do. So I want to share it with everybody and let them see what it's like to try to bring in more crowd. But mainly, it's not, I don't have to do it. It's just I share it with my friends. I'm like, man, this is fun.
So he's in total realization that he's living the dream, and he shares it with us. That's really what he's saying and what I know to be true. So, again, Jules, thank you. We hope to see you again here this afternoon. Like I said, he's a great guy. He's been doing it with us a long time. So go get you some rest. Go relax a little bit. We'll see you later today. He knows how to interview well, too. All right, so moto number 2 is beginner runabout. So we've got Justin Flanagan, the point leader in this class. Looks to me like he's currently in the lead. Today he's wearing that very bright yellow chartreuse. He's out of Houston, Texas. So this will be his last race in beginner today. You're allowed to race it for the entire season, your first year to learn. Justin has picked it up very well. Second place there on that white 77 is Buzz Page. Followed by Nate McMillan there on that Josh Teague 32. Then there's that black and yellow 25 of Elijah Jackson. Then our Iron Man, Charlie Stackhouse. Charlie also running the full year in beginner, and this will be his last race in beginner. We'll see Charlie move up to the EX class, the 1100 lights and the rec lights Runabout next year. Probably run both. Flanagan, we'll see him in amateur Runabout stock with his buddy Greg Sewell, which is exactly where they belong. They're good friends, and they are trailer mates, so they come to the races together. We'll see Greg a little bit later on the 413. So everybody's through the Dale's Jet Sport splits. Now they're on the backstretch coming around the... Nobody really using the Jet Tribe splits at Runabout. They're all staying on the outside. Justin Flanagan's actually got a half-track lead on second place there, Page. Really impressive, though, McMillan there on that Spark, keeping up with that FX. Buzz getting an advantage there on the straightaways with that Yamaha power, but the Spark in that Sea-Doo 3260 just doing really, really well in the corners. If Cardone's watching, he's like, oh, I know Joey's going crazy over that black and yellow boat out there. My second favorite Sea-Doo boat is actually the purple yellow boat, which is what Cardone rides. But the T3 hull, really a great hull to ride in the chop and in the tight corners. And Cardone argue, yeah, that's true, but these new T4 hulls, much, much better. I haven't had a chance to ride one yet. I actually entered a raffle to win one in Houston. Still haven't found out who won it yet, so the way I look at it, I'm still in that race. Lake Crook here in Texas, really fluffy clouds, as my wife likes to say. Puts together a good backdrop.
Hey, Tony!
Race number 3, the starting line.
Could you ask Andrew to go over to there? Andrew.
So now we got some battle heating up. It looks to me like McMillan got around Buzz on the Spark. So a Spark actually in second place in beginner Runabout. That's awesome. Buzz may have missed a corner there. So now that's opened up the door for Elijah Jackson there on black and yellow to get in the mix. And Charles Stackhouse, they're all right there together in the horseshoe. That's what we want in beginner Runabout. It's not for everybody to go out there and follow the leader. We like them to mix it up a little bit, learn their craft in rough water and wash, figure out how to pass. All right. Give me a few seconds, Andrew. We got one lap to go. Spark coming out of the Dale's Jet Sport splits there. 32. Bright yellow and blue wrap on that Sea-Doo Spark. So there's Flanagan across the liquid molly fence, shuts her down and goes into the shutdown area, and he'll wait as everybody comes across. So Nick McMillan out of Fort Smith is going to finish second, followed by Buzz Page and Elijah Jasper. I've been saying Jackson. There's a lot of Jacksons. Elijah Jasper on that Sea-Doo. That's out of the Nate Brazel trailer.
All right.
Then Charles Stackhouse, our Ironman.
Joey.
I believe he's raced every lap. I'm coming. All right, so Moto number 1 winner Got the Jet Tribe hole shot. Oh, I'll come to you. I wanted to get the tower in the back. So got the Jet Tribe hole shot and stayed in the lead the whole race. We've been talking about what it takes to get in front of Javier, and this morning you figured it out. So we're here with Andrew Bowe. Andrew, tell us how it was out there and maybe what you did different and how it felt.
I just got lucky. Jaden had a bad start, and apart from that, I just trusted my instincts, and I just pinned it every turn.
So, riding early in the morning like this, you're not, usually y'all are one of the first races out. So, explain to us your routine coming out of the trailer, getting down to Moto 1, and getting focused to be that fast this early in the morning.
Well, first thing I do is I wake up, and then after that, I go straight back to sleep. And I get woken up by my mom again, and then I go back to sleep again. Apart from
Tony.
that, I have a banana.
Tony.
I have breakfast, and then I just drink a little bit of caffeine, then I get out there. Not a whole lot to it.
Anybody else maybe at home that's watching or tune in later today you want to say hello to?
I want to thank Senor Lorenzo, a.k.a. Senor Mucho Thank You, famous across the nation. Yeah, you have anything you want to say, Senor?
Mucho thank you.
He's been my holder for this weekend, and he's done a really good job, and it was really fun meeting him this weekend.
He's down on the starting line, clapping every time you go by. It's been fun to watch, too. So, Andrew, thank you. Pretty sure you're going to be a champion this weekend and for the series, and of course, he's going to go on to the World Finals and all the other fun stuff. We love watching you. He wears that bright orange with a bright orange helmet. He's easy to see. Andrew Bowe, everybody. All right. He even wore orange braces this weekend. He's coordinated. All right, more two-stroke Super Jets on the line. Christian Bain with another good jump off the starting line. So we got Rylan Rosado out of Lumberton, Texas on that 03. Felix is back on his SXR out of Ukraine. We see Cash McClure for the first time this morning. He gave a wonderful interview yesterday, not necessarily knowing where to do with his hands, but he was great with his voice. He's out of Saudi Daisy, Tennessee, riding for Chase Plumbing. 279, first time we're seeing Colt Grimwald this morning, out of Lake Havasu City, riding for Killer Frog, Pro Watercraft, High Speed, Jet Pilot, TC Freeride. And then, they're going to red flag this one. So Christian Bain out of Oklahoma City. I don't necessarily know, but
when I'm looking for high quality performance oil, Luca Moly Marine is my go-to oil. 2-stroke and 4-stroke, on and off the track. It's the best choice for me, and it should be yours as well.
My favorite thing about my GP1 is the fact that it's super stable in the rough water and how good it handles.
My favorite thing about the new GP1 is how easy it was to set up. We just threw an engine in, threw a pump in, and we're winning races.
My favorite thing about the new GP1 is how it's made in America and how much stronger they are.
All right, so we're going to give everybody a fresh start here. We're going to have a little coaching session and remind them what they can't do. Cash is down there. He's nodding yes. We're going to see green flag racing when we light goes off. Looks like they're going to hold the light a little bit, teach everybody this lesson. You don't go on the light. So burning them down on the start like they say in drag racing. Burning the lights, as they say in drag racing. Whoa! Cash McClure out there making a bold move on the inside start. Shuts the door on Christian. Jet Tribe hole shot clearly going to go to Cash McClure. Looking at him riding on the back there. He did that yesterday. Now we've got Rosado in second, Bain in third, Murnico in fourth, and Gridwald there in fifth. Race number 4, the starting line is yours. Race number 5, staging. Break. We'll sit there and thank our sponsors again: IJSBA, Jet Tribe, Liquid Moly, Commander Industries, 321 Kawasaki. Oh, another step past there. It looks like Christian Bain and Felix coming out of those Dale's Jet Sports splits, getting really close in that merge area. They're still right there together. You can see Felix well with that bright green helmet. You got that Cash McClure American flag 33 out front. Appropriate wrap for this weekend. You got Ryland there on the 3 in second. Followed by Christian, putting together a great moto here on the 405. And then Colton on that 279. I actually followed them into the races this morning. They were just ahead of me. So I want to thank our sponsors: IJSBA, Jet Tribe, Liquid Moly, Commander, 321 Kawasaki, Pro Rider Magazine, Jet Trim, J. Caldwell Pools, Leisure Pools, Works Racing, Oritos Beverages, Ride Now Power Sports, Vision Watercraft, Austin Jet Skier, Dale's Jet Sports, Charles Ginchard Action Photography, Adrian Fisk 4F Cinematography, and special thank you to Paul Allen and the City of Paris. All right, getting a little direction there from Terry. So this wraps up the Lonestar series, but there is some racing left out in the West, the Best of the West, the Lake Havasu City Series. That's on the weekend of September 13th, 14th, or 14th, 15th. They'll all be traveling out there. So a lot of the folks that are here, that's their hometown race. So it'll be their hometown race and our out-of-town race. We'll do the Lake Havasu series later on this month, and then get ready for the World Finals in October. Yes, ma'am. Yes, do your name and phone number at least. Yeah. So Cash still out there in the lead, followed by Rosado. They're coming out of the Dale's Jet Sport splits onto that long sweeping backstretch, then going into the Jet Tribe split area. Most of the riders this morning choosing the outside splits. And they're telling me that Felix actually just made the pass on Christian in the Dale's Jet Sport splits. No real preference on the Dale's Jet Sport splits. People are using the outside and the inside to their different advantages. So want to thank Justin Smith for setting up this course, giving good split options for you to pass safely. Once we get it down and understand how to do the merges, it's really actually nice that you run your own course and you can come out ahead of your competitor, not have to worry about shutting the door on them or press any issues. It's nice. It's very nice. Race number 4 on the starting line. Race number 5 to staging. Good morning, John Kaufman. Says also cheering on Travis Falanga. Must be in that bucket truck brigade. Travis is about to be on the line, so get ready. Bucket Truck Ranch. No, it's fine. I knew it was something to do with bucket trucks. All right. There's Cash McClure coming across that liquid molly finish line. He's going to continue all the way through to the shutdown area. Take a little bit of a breather out there and wait for Rosado to come through. Then we got a few more things going on. Felix out there, that green helmet just riding. No, there's Felix. He's coming out of the splits. That must be somebody up there warming up. There it is. It's Colton. So here comes Felix across the liquid molly finish line. He's acknowledging it's the end of his race. He's going to continue through the shutdown area. Then Christian doing this knack finish. He started it yesterday. Picking up some advice off of Hendrick Smith there. Then there's Colton. All right. So we'll open up service to come out of the shutdown area. Flanagan's not over here for his interview. Race number 4, Runabout Junior Rec Lights. 1 entry on the 149 out of Dripping Springs, Texas, riding for Easy E Racing. It's Brianna Weiler. Combined with Runabout Amateur Rec Lights, CU Sparks and Yamaha EX on the 11 out of Montgomery, Texas, riding for Dean's Team Performance. Hey, Dean Carrier. It's Ashley Sewell. On the 404, we just got done talking about him out of Lake Havasu City, Arizona, riding for Jet Pilot. Kevin Quinn Ministries. Hello, Pastor Kevin. And Pro Watercraft High Speed. It's Taylor Gridwald. On the 405 out of Wichita, Kansas, riding for 405 Motorsports, Hamilton, VP Race Fuels. It's Axon Jackson Lloyd. And on on the 636 out of Round Rock, Texas. Ride for Alchemy. It's Matt Reeves. Matt put some purple on his ski in between rounds. Love that purple. Matt also really good GoPro photographer. I mean, I know he's just out there racing, but he's got really good angles for the GoPro, so also putting up footage. So we got Brianna and Ashley together on those blue boats on the outside start. Brianna is a whole shot princess. Charles getting a good view of how they hold there. All the guys shove the boat forward, trying to help get the inertia going. That's the old 550 trick. You try to shove that boat forward to get a jump. Race number 5, the starting line is yours. So we got Brianna now on the outside. She started on the inside yesterday getting the whole shots. So we flipped the script today and put everybody that was on the outside in today. So now it looks like Taylor Grinwald is going to have something to say about a whole shot. Here comes Brianna Weiler. Drag race to the Jet Tribe whole shot goes to Brianna Weiler, followed very closely by Taylor Grinwald and Ashley Sewell. You throw a rag on the top 4 right now. We got to ride her down. We got to ride her down. Yard sale in the horseshoe. Yard sale in the horseshoe. We got another rider down in the splits. 2 riders down in the start. Brianna now, the junior rider, actually out front. She's going into the Dale's Jet Sports splits. Grinwald's going to follow her. So Brianna Weiler now going through the backstretch on the split there, not electing to take the Jet Tribe split. Blue buoys there. You missed your window, buddy. Oh, you want a raffle ticket? You were supposed to come interview. Yeah, you were. That's okay. That's all right. Benjamin Franklin way out front in the raffle now. There's Jackson Lloyd. He did not fall, so wait a minute. No, he did fall. So he's back up. Jackson's a lap down. Ashley also back up and underway. Race number 5, the starting line is yours. Race number 6, the staging. Hey, Wayne Myhills. He'll be back up here in a minute. We had to get his first race over with, so we'll see him on the Super Jet a little bit later, and then one more chance on the GP ski today. That's Ashley Sewell out there on the backstretch splits now, fixing to come across the start-finish line. She is still on the lead lap. She did not go a lap down. Looks like she's adjusting her goggles. They may have come off when she fell. So she's still trying to get everything right. Worst thing you can do is fall, and everything's faster than falling. There's Brianna now. She's got a great lead out front. She came and spoke with me this morning. Her papa bought her some raffle tickets for the Course Marshal Appreciation Raffle. So that was Reeves that went down there. He's getting the lap flag, showing that there's lap leaders coming. So Grinwald looking to put Reeves' lap down, and then Jackson is in the race, so he's not one of the ones that fell. So Action Jackson Lloyd there coming out of the horseshoe, just right behind Taylor Grinwald. That is a race for position. Brianna is out there on her own. She's in her own class. Charles, you're getting a lot of compliments online about how well the stream looks. That's great. Charles, an artiste. Not much wind. These conditions, flat water, pretty open course. Yesterday afternoon, we had a few lone black clouds come in and brought a big gust of wind with it, made the water conditions a little bit rougher for this race particularly, which catered to the EXs. I don't know what that was, but it looks like a geyser just went on.
Stand next to him.
I'll do it. He goes, you missed your windows. What are you talking about?
There's your race leader, Brianna Weiler. She's going to take the 2 to go.
Right when they get the checker flag, we'll start talking.
Okay,
So just go hang out here.
All right, brother. Appreciate you.
So there's Reeves. He's still going to take that lap flag. He's not really holding up Grinwald, did he? So letting him know there is a leader behind him and to move out of the way if he gets close. But he's not quite there yet. A lot of when you say that lap flag, it's like, well, when you notice an ambulance coming up behind you and you see him way off in the distance, you don't pull over right away. You wait till they get, probably about a quarter mile behind you, and then you give them that grace. A lot of the same thing. We treat it the same way. So remember the raffle. Don't forget. The raffle is for the course marshals. All the proceeds will go to the course marshals. And what you're entering for the raffle, it's not just donating to the course marshals alone. You will get a chance at an entry at free entry for next year in the Lonestar series. Then if you choose to go up to the Mid-America series, they'll help you out there too. It's your choice. But if you want free entries or a chance at free entries next year, it'll just cost you $10 for one ticket. And if you spend $100, you'll get 15 tickets. So if you buy 10, you'll get 5 tickets free. We'll have that drawing later today. It will not be later. It will be later today. So you can leave here today knowing that next season you can go to all the races paid. All you got to do is show up. Reeves there, still looking behind him. Like he said, he knows that he's a lap rider, but he's trying to stay out in front of Grinwald. Jackson there is in the race, so probably hoping that Reeves holds up Grinwald a little bit to give him a chance for a pass. I say calm conditions. Now the wind's starting to pick up and provide a little bit of chop for us. And a challenge. Again, the wind's been coming from the north to south, so going down the backstretch, you go with the wind. Then coming up the front stretch, you're against the wind. So a lot of riders like Cash McClure, for instance, choosing to get real low down in the tray and be as aerodynamic as possible. Andrew Vo also yesterday showing that you can get on the back of the ski to keep the pump hooked up well. Hendrick Smith rides all over the ski. I think Hendrick Smith could race riding backwards and still be competitive. Funny note about Hendricks, though, he got in the X2 class and somebody came in frustrated saying, Hendrick Smith can ride anything, and I chimed in, I said, I feel there's some bulls in Liberty Hill, Texas that had proved that theory wrong. There's Ashley. So now Grinwald has caught up to Reeves. It will be the checkered flag this time. It's not going to affect... Well, wait a minute. Look at this. Action Jackson making the pass, crossing the Liquid Molly finish line. hopping up and down. Action Jackson passing for the lead. Last lap heroics. Are they out there happy with each other? Well, they bumped fists, but I don't know. I don't know if they're all talking about where they're going to eat after awards tonight.
Hey, go now. Go now.
Oh, here we come. Our producer, Charles, we missed our window for our beginner runabout, so he's going to walk over to us now. I'm about to talk with Justin Flanagan. He's the man in the bright yellow shirt. So, Justin, good morning. Is that for me? Oh, thank you. So tell us where you're from, about your boat, who helped you get here and race, and who's driving you home.
Well, I'm driving myself home from Houston. Started racing this year. Wet Jet Performance. He helps me Bishop down there. I give the glory to God, though, just to keep my body actually halfway able to get out there and race these skis.
Justin showed up to a race and said, hey, I want to race my jet ski, and they explained to him that you'll be a beginner and you can run that all season, which you've done well. You are the point leader. You will end up being the beginner champion. As you understand, you get one season to do that. You know, we give you grades for 1 year. But next year, you'll be in the amateur runabout class with your trailer mate, Greg, and likes of Cooper Caldwell, Tim Miller. So talk to us about what your plans are for the off-season to prepare yourself for next year. You're doing a really good job. You're a great racer, but you know you're going to have to step up your game a little bit, get a few things done. So what are your plans for the off-season?
Getting this body in shape. I got to drop a good 25, 30 off of this thing. Get back to the gym. That way I can carve a little bit harder, not get so much arm pump and everything else. But, yeah, just take care of myself. Nutrition and everything else.
Are you looking forward to next year? You got a lot of chance to watch those guys this year, and you hold for Greg, and you know a lot of people in the amateur runabout class. So are you looking forward to the step up for next year?
Hey, definitely looking forward to it, because one thing that I love about the amateur class, you don't see people going across the courses in different directions. So I'm looking forward to that and just having a good time. Better competition basically brings you up a couple different levels as well.
You're not going to be in the back of that class. You're going to go in right about in the middle, right about where Greg did. You and Greg are your trailer mates. You train together. You talk a lot. So you're going to end up doing just about the same path that he did. Y'all will be right there together, and then there'll be races that you're in contention for podiums and wins, and then there'll be other times that you understand there's guys that come in from out of town or different things to earn their points, and that's going to humble you. You're going to take it, graciously and learn from it. And then when you win one against those guys, we get excited. You come down here, everybody's pumped up. So we're looking forward to that with you. So have a great weekend. Thank you for a great season. Thank you for the water. We'll see you later today. You forgot. I don't think you forgot to do anything. I think you don't want to.
Hey guys, it's Taylor Swift. We're here at Jet Trim getting some new mats for race season. Let's go inside.
Hi, Callie. Hey, Taylor, are you ready for those new mats?
Yep, let's get started.
Well, I got there. I can hear it.
Yeah, but when Friday gets here, it's time to get in the truck and go. Okay. Ski modified 1100 on the 27, Trent Cornett. On the 210 out of Phoenix, Arizona, Commander Industries. Team Faith, Works H2O, Blosian, Impros, Fly Racing, and Works, Karis Webster. On the 5, we just talked about it. Out of Spicewood, Texas, the Austin Jet Skier, Mike Myhill. El Reno, Oklahoma on the 021 is Travis Valanga. On the UA7 out of Flower Mountain, Texas, Ukraine. Works H2O Designs, TCS Marine, UA7 Racing, Quinn Ross Constructions, Felix Marinenko. And on the 405, once again, out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, on the 405 Motorsports, Wambleton Custom Trust Innovation, BP Fuels, Ames Oil, and Smith Racing is Christian Bain. Race number 6, the starting line is yours. Green Flag Racing looks to be like Travis Valanga going to end up with that Jet Tribe hole shot, followed closely by Trent Cornett, then Felix, followed by Mike Myhills and Christian Bain. Then we're going to see Jackson Lloyd again on the 41 and Jackson Yalston, followed by Karis. Karis riding injured, so she's got there in a brace. She's going to get her points, and I do believe in this class she's rode the most laps with the highest finishing position, so she will be your national points champion. I am a former national points champion. It's a cool thing. It means you race more than anybody else mostly, but it means you race more consistent than everybody else, meaning you place or finish higher. So a total points package championship not only says you as a racer are accomplished, but you have a good racing program, you're willing to travel, and that's what it's all about. Everybody that's on the stream cheering for Travis Valanga, good job, because your cheers have gotten him in the lead. Trent Cornett's got something to say about that, though. Trent going through the Jet Tribe splits and is going to try to put a pass on Travis Valanga this time, Bob. Not going to happen, though. Oh, and Trent goes down. But gets back up. What a swing and miss by Trent Cornett. He threw a bomb at him and it backfired, but recovers quickly. There's enough laps, he'll catch up to him and be able to do it again. Terry, you saw that, right? That was awesome. Yes. And he did not lift. The ski even threw him and he got it back underneath him somehow. Good job, Trent. And he ain't done. He figured something out on that blue split. You watch. He's going to do it again. Now, Valanga might smarten up and say, okay, I'm going to go on the inside, and now he's going to do one lap to catch up to him. Trent is right. As the ski's getting some time to it, the water box is a little quieter than normal. But here he comes. Travis knows he's there, and he's riding that Superjet to the best of his ability. He is in the same class as Trent. Even though it's two different jet skis, Travis is riding up to a faster class, and Trent knows that, so he's trying to say, hey, that stock ski does not belong in this class. I don't care how good you ride it. Trent's saying, this is my class, and I'm going to show you why. There's Karis Webster now going through the Liquid Molly start-finish. It said she's riding kind of one-armed. So he did make the pass in the Dale's Jet Sport splits. You can hear him out there. Yes, he is alone. Travis probably getting tired. He had a lot of laps yesterday. And I'm telling you, riding that ski over its capacity like that for that many laps, it's hard. It really is. And then to fend off somebody charging as hard as Trent Cornett is on that commander hull, it takes a lot. And Travis has more races today. This is not his only class. So we got another pass going on now. Jackson Yostin there getting in front of Jackson Lloyd. They're going into the Dale's Jet Sport splits. And both of them are racing up to Christian Bain. So Jackson will be up to Christian Bain in about another lap. Jackson Lloyd there, wait a minute. They're not done. They're going to race some more. Jackson Yostin now going into the backstretch. I want to remind you that race 15, race 1, race 3 and 4, you have 30 minutes after that. The results are posted to contest your position. Once those are final, you'll know what you need to do in today's final moto for your race weekend and progressively the championship. So here comes Christian Bain across that start-finish line. And I don't know, is that Trent already putting a lap down on Jackson and Young? Yeah, it sure is. So Jackson's there letting Trent go by. It is. Falanga now also this lap most likely going to put them to a lap down. Falanga's looking over at the starting line saying, is it one or, I think he thought he was finished, but he's got one to go. So it looks like Trent will have enough time even to catch Tristan. Trent's the only open boat left out there. There comes Felix. Felix, I believe, is in third. And we've got Yostin in fourth. All this unofficial, of course. Mike Myhills out of Spicewood there. Here she comes. I told you you stayed in the shade a little bit until then. Told you we'd see you later today. So here comes Trent. I do believe he's going to take the checkered flag this time. Not quite sure. I'm looking to see. Out there all by himself. He does cross the liquid molly finish line at first. Trent Cornett. Looks like he's going to ride one more lap, though. He did get around Christian Bain, like I said. Then there's Travis Falanga. He's going to finish second in his class. All right, Miss Brianna, come over here. This way. All right, so we're standing here with Rec Lights, Junior Lights. We got one race left going. There's Jackson Yostin, Jackson Lloyd. Another lap pass for Jackson Lloyd. So we're here with Miss Brianna. She's in the juniors class, but she's getting the whole shot over all the racers that she's combined with. Miss Brianna, tell us where you're from. Tell us about your sponsor, Easy E Racing. It's the most fun sponsor to say. And anything about yourself.
I'm from Dripping Springs, Texas, and I'm sponsored by Easy E Racing, and that's my grandpa.
So Easy E is your grandpa's name?
Yes.
It's not easy being Easy-E.
His name's Eric, but
Okay, so it's a nickname y'all have for him. That's awesome. So how long have you been riding the EX, and did you, like, it was something you started out at the lake, like, for fun on the weekends, or did you immediately get into racing?
my dad raced when he was younger, and so he wanted to get me into racing. So I started racing less than a year ago, but we started practicing on the lakes, and then he brought me out.
This is officially your first full season then. You raced a little bit with us last year, kind of off and on.
Yes.
And what do you like most about jet ski racing?
I like how it's competitive and how I can just
I can see the look on her face. What she's not willing to say is she likes beating the boys. So let's just get real. Let's just get down and dirty real and tell us how satisfying it is to beat these boys out.
very satisfying.
How does it feel to get hole shots over Cooper Caldwell?
Very good.
See that? Be honest on this microphone. This is your chance to shine. So just be honest. Cooper's watching and John's watching. So trust me, they're happy to hear that too. They want people to be up there racing with them. You do a gorgeous job. You wear good wetsuits. Is there anybody at home that's watching that you want to thank, or when you go back and watch this later, you can say to yourself, I'm glad I said that?
My grandparents.
There you go. What about any friends? You ask any of your friends to tune in and watch? Oh, all right. Well, that's what we'll work on after this. We'll start getting your friends to turn in. Brianna Weiler, everybody. That was amazing. You did very good. It gets easier. Somebody was nice and turned the page to what we're doing. So on the 10 out of Liberty Hills, Texas, riding for Pro Watercraft Racing, Austin Jet Skiers, Smith Optics Factory Jet Tribe Racing, it's Hendrick Smith. On the 11 out of Liburnia, Texas, he's not on 11, I think it's 379. That's that maroon ski. It's Ty Patera. On the 160 out of Sulphur Springs, Texas, riding for Jet Tribe Factory Racing, Combitech Gaskets and Dale's Jet Sports, it's Andrew Bowe. On the 279 out of Pensacola, Florida, riding for Pro Watercraft Hydro, Jet Pilot and Team Reckless Abandon, it's Eric Grinwald. And again on the 238 out of Princeton, Texas, it's Nate Brazel. We are green flag racing. Race number 7, the starting line is yours. Jackson Lloyd for 2 races in a row there, coming out with some last lap heroics.
That traffic's got to get out of my way, dude.
So Hendrick Smith not alone on the hole shot there. He does get the hole shot, but it looks to me like Eric Grinwald and Andrew Bowe right there on his heels. There you go. So Hendrick Smith coming out of the horseshoe in the lead, followed very closely by Grinwald and Bowe. Nate Brazel also right there. Hendricks listening to us talking about the green splits, so they're in those Dale's Jet Sport splits right now. All right there together on the 2-stroke skis. These are all 760 Super Jets. I don't know anybody but Adrian Fisk still riding the 701 version Superjet. I do remember when they changed the rules for the Superjet being able to run a pipe or the 760 cylinder that SXR didn't really have much of a chance anymore. That did us in. Here comes Hendricks out of that Jet Tribe split. I know he listens to me when I say people aren't using it. He'll start using it. Hendricks also liking the shortest way around the course. Says it gets over with faster that way. So there's Grinwald there in second. Bo in third. Here comes Nate Brazel on that bright green and black Kawasaki. This is his last class. He's running two ski classes, so we'll see him 2 more times today. Hendricks now switching to the outside splits. And Grinwald is following him.
I told him, ignore the questions and say whatever the heck you want.
Great interviews this morning. Thank you, everybody that came up and has interviewed so far. Thank you for the really tall water, Justin Flanagan. It's very good. Asking about how I'm so much louder on the mic because I'm used to doing it, making sure I can hear it and everything. And usually why my voice is wrecked after one of these events for a couple of days, but I don't mind. Especially when it's good racing out on the course, like Action Jackson so far this morning doing these last lap heroics. Trent Coronet putting a good show on, riding up through the field. Brianna Weiler getting the whole shot over Eric Grinwald. Jules Hopkins starting out the day off the trailer with Cooper Shake Snyder. Justin Flanagan doing what he came to do in the runabout class. You gave us heroics yesterday, buddy. You were. On your RC boat, you're currently the leader in the RC class? You know you gotta let your mom win, though, right? She's competitive. So here comes Hendricks. Nate seeing that he's coming around, so Nate moves over to let him by. They're going to take the white flag. He knows that they're racing. So Vo in this class not getting the start that he did in the junior class, so he's got time to make up, but he's not giving up. He's out there. Don't shake your head, Travis. That was good, buddy.
Tell if every now and then Hendricks is sandbagging a little bit to keep him close. He's looking back and standing so upright, I think he might be trying to let him catch up just a bit. Yeah, those $6 back down.
So Hendricks still using that inside split, but Andrew has followed him, and I do believe Andrew now is going to come out in front of Grinwald. We'll have to see. So Hendricks looking over his shoulder, knows he's clearing him, but he's actually checking up. Here comes Bo now. They're all going to be together. Oh, photo finish, but I do believe it's Hendricks, then Grinwald, and then Bo. Pretty cool. Then Brazel a lap down, but he's still going to take the checkered flag. All right. We're here with Trent Cornett. Just got off that Commander. Didn't get the start that he wanted, but he raced up through the field and ended up winning the Moto. So Trent, tell us what it's like to ride that ski and ride through the pack to get to a lead.
It's really fun. I would like to thank Commander, Liquid Molly, Jet Trim, Jet Tribe, Naughty Water Racing. But it's hard going through the wakes and the crew, everything, man. Sometimes you spin out a little bit, get back on, lean into the right a little bit too much, smooth you a little bit.
All right, so I'm glad you brought that up because that was my second talking point. So he doesn't get the whole shot, but he's riding up through the pack. He gets to the leader right here on one of the first laps, right going into the horseshoe. He doesn't let off going into the corner. Travis pulls out in front of you, and then the ski does one of these weird things underneath you. Usually the ski goes one way and you go the other. This time you managed to keep it underneath you. You got right back up, you gathered yourself up, and you gave another shot at it the next lap. So talk us through that.
It's really not that hard. You know, it's all the way over here, so just gotta lean it back up. And then when I was right behind him, we went to the splits all the way over there. He took the red, I took the green. I went through, I saw him, he fell, I missed the buoy, so I'm like, all right. We went through, bang, we're out of there. And that's a win.
That's how you do it right there, Trent Cornett, everybody. All right. All right. Race number 7, I do believe. Sport Spec.
There's like a couple.
Sport GP.
I just
on
wrote down
69,
sport.
yesterday's overall Moto winner out of Kaufman, Texas, rides for Greener Grass Racing. That's Joey Malden.
Joey, I think he's the only GP.
Next to him in GP. Is he on the line today? He's not. So we'll scratch him. On Sport Spec, on the 910 out of Norman, Oklahoma, G-Pop, Craig Ingram. On the 502 out of Vidor, Texas, riding for Good Times Mafia Racing and JD 232 Racing and Salvage, Charlie Bumpus. On the 111 out of Melissa, Texas, Skinny Latte, it's Casey Moore. And on the 72 out of Garland, Texas, riding for Dale's Jet Sports, it's Sean Whitaker. Check down, everybody's ready, the light goes green, and we are racing. Joey Malden actually gathering up a real big head of steam there. That boat does not get started off that fast, but once the pump engages, it washes out the whole beach. A lot of power in those 1100 triples. So we got Joey on the outside start with that extra cylinder and lighter hull. He'll come around for the whole shot, but the race is actually between a 111 Casey Moore and 910 of Craig Ingram. They're the seasoned vets here. So yes, Joey Malden will get the Jet Tribe whole shot, followed by Casey Moore, that's Skinny. Then 910. Then we got Sean Whitaker in a close battle here with Charlie Bumpus. That is a race 4 position. race number 8. Race number 8, the starting line is yours. Hendricks, we need you over here after this race for an interview, buddy.
Joey should have done a Lonestar or something. Like a little more interesting.
Coming around on that Brent Carruth tuned triple, Joey Malden, the only ski in GP. And you see what the difference is in 60 miles an hour over 50 miles an hour in the spec class. It's about a quarter lap, and as he pours on the speed, the triples actually get faster with time as they build heat. They dry out the pipe on the triple to raise the RPMs and make them turn faster. And then, of course, the timing's advanced. That's why you hear it rattling high speed, high pitch like that. So they're allowed to run a bigger pump. So that gives them a speed advantage of about 10 miles an hour. It is heavier than the spec boat, but it is more powerful. So you see them pull away, and as the laps wind on, the blasters really like this smooth water, so this is actually really good racing conditions for Joey Malden's ski. The Sea-Doos there in second, which is Skinny and Craig, they actually prefer the rougher, choppier water, but they're not doing so bad in this clear. And where you see an example of that is Sean Whitaker there on the blaster, the purple blaster. He's got the new rules with the 760 cylinder, which is what they put in place for the rules in Sport Spec to even the blasters up a little bit. But as you can see, the well-tuned HX, even in smooth water, does have an advantage over the new rules of the blaster. They're going to have to do something for the blaster to catch back up. So we got Ingram going to the inside now, and he's going to put a pass attempt on Skinny, but they are racing together, so Skinny gets back in front of him, shuts the door, but now Ingram's got the inside advantage going into the back of the horseshoe, so they're not neck and neck now. Ingram having to deal with her spray, washes out. So Skinny maintains her spot, but Ingram is right there on top of her. He waited till the end of the racing yesterday for this. He knows now to move up his timeline and go for broke at the halfway point. Puts the pressure on Skinny, hoping for her to make a mistake. Charlie Bumpus there on the 502. That's actually my jet ski. Got it on the way to the last races and got it running and started troubleshooting it. Charlie, having problems with his wave blaster, needed a ski that was more reliable, so we threw what parts I had laying around the house, and we called a couple of shops. So Brad Nickerson, got to say a really big thank you to you at Nickerson Performance for sending some parts in the mail. And Michael Prifio, I believe you say your name, builds a carburetor bracket for the HX, and we got a few of those overnighted or mailed out. Jeffrey Scott Hill on the West Coast, woke up early and answered some of my questions that I sent. And Tim Judge, if you're watching, I know you responded to my reports of what we were trying to do. And my buddy Billy Dearman in Florida, a lot of talk. So everybody excited that we got another Sport Spec ski on the line. Charlie wanting something more reliable, and he is a Sea-Doo guy. He loves that yellow, so he was excited to get on an HX and start learning how to ride. This is his first race on an HX. Not first in sport, but switching to the dark side, as I like to say. Moving off a blaster and getting on the HX. So Sean and Charlie right there close together. Sean maintaining his spot there in third. Sean also one of our technical directors, and Charlie one of our course marshals. So here comes Joey, and be Willie. It's checkered flag for Joey going across the Liquid Molly finish line there. But kudos to Sean and Charlie for out there racing. They did not go a lap down to Joey. That's actually really cool. Joey very capable of riding to put them a lap down, not so much Skinny and Craig. Craig now switching sides and going to the outside. Skinny blocking him and going to the inside. So congratulations to Casey Moore, already wrapping up the championship.
Go.
Yep. So I'm here now with our last moto winner, Hendrick Smith. Yes, you did. No, you crossed the line first. What are you ever talking about? You got first. I watched it. You were first. So tell us about what you've done different to your ski in between rounds, and your sponsors you want to thank, and who's watching at home.
My brother's probably watching at home on the live stream, and Ben Swanson and Jeff Wright for building my boat. It's my favorite ski to race. I love riding the two-stroke. It's a fun class. Liquid Molly and Jet Trim, I want to thank them. Austin Jet Skier, and my dad. That's it. No, probably not.
So you started school last week. So what was that like, getting back into school?
I mean, it's all right. It's definitely different.
And then, are you taking any challenging classes this year, or are you in rodeo as a class, or is it just extracurricular?
No, I'm in an extra different class, like different type of alternative school. So it's all on the computer. So
that gives you a little bit more freedom. Graduate early, so you get started for work. All right. And then we're going to see you again today on the two-stroke one more time. And then Hendricks is also my rider. So I have another HX that we've had on the tour a couple of years. Hendricks is my rider, and I don't usually get a chance to say this, but I've really enjoyed watching you race. I know you enjoy it. You talk about how much you love it. And I know this year at the World Finals, they're stacking up classes to where there'll be some adjustments and everything. But tell us just coming off the water, what do you like about the sport spec class, particularly on the HX?
I like the way the ski rides. I like the way it handles in the rough water. I like how you can still lay it over like a ski, like a two-stroke superjet, but it's also got a little more power on the top of it.
He doesn't talk a lot of smack, which the sport spec class is known for, but tell us about when the fast guys like Snyder show up and Dearman and all that. What does that make you do, that competition level? Because you usually rise to that. So talk to us about that, and like at the World Finals when it gets rough.
I haven't got an opportunity to ride against them a whole lot, but I mean, they're really good riders, and I mean, I'm looking forward to ride against them and see how I compete.
That's right. And he does good every time. He always shines when tough riders come to town. So Hendrick Smith, everyone. Thank you. Charles, you need a water or anything, buddy? Well, we might have done the wrong interview then. That may have been Eric Grimwald we needed. Race number 8. Is that right? So we're green flag racing. The UA7 out of Ukraine, Texas is Felix Mernenko. Javier is on the 106. Andrew Bowe on the 160. And Trent Cornett out of Wichita, Kansas on the 627. And then we got 89 also out there. I believe that's Mr. Reber. Reber? Reber. That South Texas has that Reber. We say Heber too, so that's why I say that. Heber. So Javier looking over his shoulder at Felix and Andrew. They're all right there. So Javier gets that Jet Tribe hole shot. Andrew shoving Felix way to the outside. Doesn't just shut the door, he slams it. Coming out of the horseshoe. Trent on the 627, Reber on there on the 89. I believe he switched classes. Traffic's a little light for the raffle. Obviously, we'll be doing it all day, so you'll have a chance to enter at awards too. So don't feel rushed. I just want to remind you that we do have it. It's not going away. It'll be here all day. So if you don't want to do it right now, that's fine. You can wait till awards. We'll be doing it right all the way up until we'll do it through awards. We'll go all the way through awards, and we'll do it last. And we'll announce who's going to get a free season of racing next year. Justin Smith, are you good?
Both of y'all at the same time.
He
but
can't
as
hear
soon
me.
as he waves the
He's
check,
not
you
wearing
guys
his
will
cowboy
start.
hat
Okay.
today. He's all
Thank you.
business with his Marky Mark hat turned backwards.
Yeah, I told him to grab Skinny, and we'll do both of them at the same time.
All you guys wearing the straw hats with the big brims, I love it. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm close. Steve Webster has one of those hats too. It's really cool. So we got Javier in the lead, followed now by Andrew Bowe making that big move against Felix in the horseshoe the last time. There's Trent. Getting good far away from Reber there. There's Joey. We'll need you here in a second, brother. That's okay. I'm sure you will.
Better come on. Oh, you're gonna wish you did.
So Bowe coming out of the Dale's Jet Sport splits. Now going into the back section, we're going to see what Javier does. Javier's going to choose the Jet Tribe split, and Bowe's going to stay on the outside. Now he washes out a little bit. Javier stays true and clean through the blues, but they are dead even going into the buoys. It looks like a slalom drag right now. But Bowe having to make up the room on the outside. He's going to come here with a full head of steam, but Javier's going to look over his shoulder. No, he has the advantage. 2 laps to go. Smooth water conditions out there right now on this stretched out track. Coming across. Reber got a good number set on that Superjet. You can see really clear. It's black numbers on a white ski, real big, real convenient to score. That was a little bit of chatter before the races about your number size. Hi, Miss Shanti. Yeah. So Vo still on the heels of Falcone. Javier sticking to that inside, though. Using that Hendrick Smith method, the inside's the shorter way around. Proven to be faster on that Superjet. Looks over his shoulder again and knows he's maintaining that same gap. So Vo's going to have to switch it up and move to the inside splits. I think Vo's faster on the horseshoe over here in Section D of the course. He does a lot of catching up to Javier, but then when they get to the Dale Jet Sport splits and the Jet Tribe splits, he loses all that, has to spend the next lap catching him again. But I can tell you this, Falcone is a big fish and everybody wants to catch him.
Everybody's been saying it feels big.
Yeah.
I never noticed.
It's just taking so much time. I'm going, God, because
So Vo not following my advice, sticking with that outside. Javier's not going to look over his shoulder this time. He knows. So we got Javier in first, Vo in second, Felix in third. So we'll do a split here. Eric, I'm sorry I missed you, bud. Come back. We'll do a makeup for it. So Eric actually finished first in that Superjet heat that we interviewed Hendricks. So, Eric, again, tell us where you're from, where you're going, and who helped you get here.
Thank you. So, we're kind of from everywhere. Started in Granville, Illinois, middle of nowhere, cornfields. We're kind of going everywhere. So, we're here in Texas, currently in Florida. Going to make our way back into Havasu land and keep the momentum going with all the racing.
Sir, and great finish. What motivated you to finish strong like that?
It's racing, man. You got to pin it to the finish line. You got to push it 100%, and that's what makes racing so much fun is the competition and the family and friends.
We love the last lap heroics, and every lap counts. You said that to me once. I agree with that. Eric Gridwald, everyone. All right, and in Sport Open, our winner on the Black 69, riding usually Sport Spec, but switch back to Sport GP as your ski needs some maintenance. Joey Malden. So tell us about the water conditions out there. You have a whole other slew of things to tell us.
Water conditions are good, flat, a little bit choppy, but Kaufman, Texas, me and my girl Skinny over there. I just wanted to make a note that we've been through the ups and downs and the troubles. We managed to work through everything. I took her back into my life, and now we're the happiest couple in jet ski racing. And then a shout out or a call out to all you guys in Sport Spec and Sport GP. Always looking for good racing down here, so y'all bring it down here, bring it down south to Texas, and let's get the racing on.
So you want some Sport Spec racing? Head your way up to the Midwest, Great Lakes Watercross. They have a line that will. It'll be good.
That's right. So everybody that's been helping me with my HX is from Midwest, and they've been sending parts and giving advice. So that is very true. We'll need to make our way up there, and then maybe they can help bring their way here. So Joey also switching from Blaster. He started out riding a Blaster, switched to the HX, and now back to the Blaster. So tell us about, I call it the light side and the dark side.
They're both, kind of similar, but deep water on an HX, I'm not getting back on. Blaster, I'm on, but if I fall on HX, it's over with. So.
Well, thank you both for that interview. We're going to get back to the race call. Y'all have a great day. Hopefully see you again today. All right, so Big combined class here
Did you hear me good?
for race 10. No, actually, that's not right. We're on 9. So we're waiting on the riders to come around to see who will get the whole shot. Looks to me like Jackson Yostin there on the inside, and Megan Burns on the outside. Jackson Yostin there, going to be the whole shot, Jet Tribe whole shot, followed by Megan Burns going into the
I think
horseshoe.
she's over there in the red on the line.
Ooh, and then we got Reber there back-to-back motos. Don't know if that was a good choice, but back out there again. And then on that 86, we got Tyler Henderson. Don't know what happened in 96. He's not out there. Got a lot of Go Travis Falangas on the live stream.
What's happening?
Race number 10, the starting line is yours. Jackson Yostin there in command now. Megan Burns got her hands full with Henderson going through the horseshoe. Megan down here on the starting line, usually filming her brother, but today her mom and dad have got those duties, filming her. So we'll have a talk with Trevor and find out. There he is. There's Trevor. Okay, never mind. No need to talk to Trevor. He's down there. Trevor got a good head of hair. You look, yeah, oh yeah, you do. You work hard on that hair. You condition. It really, you both of your races today have been heroic at the finish. Talking to Action Jackson Lloyd. Now, Megan Burns trying to put the moves on Jackson Yostin. Have a best friend. No, that was excellent. You and Riffle did too.
They don't know that. Hey,
So we got a rider down, and I can't tell if it's Burns or not. It looks like it is because there's nobody Yostin. Henderson now in second place. Got Burns getting a taxi service back to her ski. Now Reber there in third. By the sound, we got race 10 making their way to the line. Thank you. Race 11 to staging. I saw Charles walk past me, so he's going to start getting his ski prepped, which means Miss Sherry's on the camera now. So everybody say hello and thank you to Miss Sherry Snyder, who's our eyes for the live stream. I want to take this time to thank our sponsors. Megan Burns getting back up, taking the halfway. IJSBA, Jet Tribe, Liquid Molly, Commander Industries, 321 Kawasaki, Pro Rider Magazine, Jet Trim, J. Caldwell Pools, Leisure Pools, Works Racing, Oritos Beverages, Ride Now Power Sports, Vision Watercraft, Austin Jet Skier, Dale's Jet Sport, Charles Ginchard, Action Photography, Adrian Fisk, 4F Cinematography, and a special thank you to Paul Allen in the city of Paris. Oh, haven't mentioned the food trucks. They're back today. Haven't even said it yet, but it is getting close to lunch, so if you're looking for a lunch menu option, the food trucks are back over there by the pavilion. I had a hot dog and a hamburger last night after the races were over. They were delicious. Saw a lot of nachos walking past me. And also, not alone over there, maybe a little early, but the snow cone booth, Mrs. B Snow Cones, they brought me a pineapple that was delicious. So Henderson now getting up to Jackson Yostin for that white flag. Oh, and as I jinxed him. So looking at the live stream, I'm asking where Scott Johnson is, and he's actually online. He says 96 is at home washing his tights. So I didn't know he was Batman. There's Megan going through the horseshoe. She's back up underway. Did not go a lap down after that get off. Does everyone in vintage have a holder? Looks like it. Henderson there having some issues on the splits, but checkered flag goes to Jackson Yostin. Javier Falcone, this is your interview time. If you could make your way over, please. He's fast. He'll be over here quick. So we had Jackson and Henderson go by. Now we've got Reber coming across. So everybody over there in the shutdown area is waiting for everything to finish. Get some service to get them back across, and then we'll light off the juniors. Here comes Javier. So earning a good nickname this weekend, Holland Javier Falcone. Go over a little bit this way. There we go. There we go. So Javier wearing that blue and pink this weekend on both of his skis and riding 2-stroke and 4-stroke. But tell us about your starts, and then why are you choosing the all inside? What are you seeing on the inside that other people aren't?
The first race of yesterday, I started on the inside, and I got the whole shot, so I just figured might as well keep going. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
That's good advice. And then what about when Andrew and Felix are close to you? How are you staying ice cold in your veins to not make a mistake and stay out in front of them?
Yeah, I mainly get the whole shot on the inside, and they're usually right there with me on the outside like the last race. And it really, I don't know, I just focus on my line and know that I want to inside so I can easily just push them out if they get close.
So what we said about you yesterday is it's how you ride. It's ice cold. You usually don't make that many So how do you get so consistent? What you do to practice or how you focus on what you're going to do, but you realize you're crisp and consistent, not many mistakes.
Yeah, last time
He didn't give any away his secrets, and he had a great interview. Thank you for coming up here, Javier. We'll see him 2 or 3 more times today. Javier Falcone. All right, so this is vintage everything by the smell coming off the water. Looks to be like on that outside start, we got Sean. He's on the 650 Superjet in this class, racing against the other Sean. But with the whole shot, we got Shannon there on the 17, followed by Chad Manson, then Isaac Rosado, then Mark Rosado, then Ty Katera, Ryan Carlson, Jaden Rosado, Sean Carlson, Cody Brown, and then Sean Whitaker. So Rylan Rosado letting everybody start ahead of him so he can race up through the field. He and Sean are the only riders in 550. 650 is Brown and Whitaker. Brown on a 650 SX and Sean Whitaker out of Dale's Jet Sports on the Square Nose Superjet. We do have a rider down on the backstretch. Looks like he got right back up, though. Race number 11, the starting line is yours. You can see Charles Ginchard in race 11. So Shannon Watson now out front. So Shannon's still in the lead there on the outsides, but Chad Manson all over him like a bad rash. Also in 3rd and 4th, it's the Rosado clan. Looks like Mark has gotten in front of Isaac. Shannon looking for all the breathing room he can muster against Chad. Those are the 750 engines in the X2. Then as you hear Ty Katera with that 800 engine coming around Rosado, and Rosado. Sounds like a law firm. So Ty Katera now going from 5th up to 3rd in 1 lap. Race 11 to the starting line. Race 12 to staging. We'll need Jackson Yostin at the end of this race for your interview, please. So the 111, please come for an interview. Talk to us about what's happening out on the rock. So now we've got Manson out in front using those splits to get in front of Watson. So lead change in X2. And Ty Katera doing everything he can on that. We used to call it the alien ski, but now it's tight white. No bubble headlight. Rosado now also trying to race up through the horseshoe, and that's Rosado on the stand-up. The Isaac Rosado still trying to catch up. No, he has. So Isaac now moved in front of Mark, following Jaden. Rosado's got jet skis piled up on a trailer and in the bed of a truck to come this weekend and run their championship. There's Sean Whitaker on the square nose, followed by Sean Carlson on the 550 and Cody Brown on the 650. So the water's getting rougher, which is making it harder on these X2s. The reason I say that is you can see the spray coming off the side of them. And Katera knows he's only got the backstretch and the splits left to try to move up in the class. I don't think he's going to have enough time to catch Watson. They all stay on the outside splits. So no chance at a split pass like Manson did. Manson used the splits to pass for the lead. It's also very fatiguing to ride these vintage skis. They're only going about 45 miles an hour at top speed, and they have handling on it to help them, but the water conditions and the length of these courses, it's hard. Checker flag waves for Chad Manson, Liquid Molly finish line, followed by Shannon Watson. Then closely tied Katera and Jaden Rosado. That's actually really good for that 550 to finish that strong with the X2s. X2's much faster than the ski class. Then we got Mark Rosado there on the 5. They're all going to go through the shutdown area and hang out, wait for everyone to finish, then we'll give them a service to get back across to the pits. I do believe we got a rider down on the backstretch. So there's Ryan Carlson on the 96. He's got that boat tuned in good. He's in JD 232 Racing and Salvage customer, bringing home a X2 with him this weekend. Then we got Cody Brown. He's using the inside. Looks to me like he needs to call Chris Haggis and get some sponsons put on that 650, help him from sliding out. So him and Sean Carlson having a really good battle. Cody Brown there in front, followed by the 504 of Sean Carlson. Everybody's over in that shutdown area waiting for the green light to come back across the start-finish line to head into the pit area. We don't have anybody running through where the shallow area is, sandbar, so I think we learned our lesson good yesterday. There comes Isaac Rosado. He's coming across the start-finish line. Manson actually rode through the whole course on the outside going to the pit area. Austin, this is your interview time. If you would please come to the announcer's tent. Jackson, Austin, this is your interview time. Please come to the announcer's tent. Great vintage racing. Fun seeing a full line. Those guys all enjoy racing with each other. Good camaraderie in that class. Grandma Connie, we'll see Rylan, I believe, one more time today. And, all of them, we'll see him again in Moto 2. Race 11, ski stock combo. An expert ski stock on the 4-stroke, for Elite Optics. It's Adrian Fisk. On the 0 out of Altus, Oklahoma, that's Brian Ridley. On the 8, is he down there today? Nope, didn't think so. On the 51 out of Liberty, Missouri, it's the Missile. 24 out of Mandeville, Louisiana, riding for Charles Ginchard Action Photography. It's Charles Ginchard. Oh, I know, yeah. So we can clear that up while this one's going on. So the raffle, we want to make sure we say it's not all your racing fee entries. It's just for one class. We ain't giving away a small fortune, but we're willing to collect one. So when we do the raffle at the end of the awards, what you're entering for, Adrian Fisk with the Jet Tribe Whole Shot, followed by the Missile. Next season, if you win this raffle, your entry fees will be paid in the Lonestar Series, and if you choose to participate in the Mid-America Series, for instance, the Altus Oklahoma race is a combo race, so you can travel to Oklahoma and race in Lonestar. We got a rider down. Thank you very much. That's what I needed you for. We got a rider down in the horseshoe. Looks like Brian Ridley. So the money collected is going to the course marshals. So Court Marshal Courtney, Course Marshal Rob, Course Marshal Noah, Wild Bill, our starter. Proceeds are going to go to them. So it's a good cause. Sometimes the way to say thank you is with a donation. Helps keep them in business with us, helps them take time away from their families, or some of them even bring their families with them and spend a weekend at the races. There's not a lot of people trained to do it. It is a lot like a lifeguard type job. There's training that Rob puts all the guys through, and there's expectations that they have out there. They're the eyes and ears for us out there and our extended hand for what we wish to happen. So when you go down on your boat and you raise your hand, they're there to grab you, bring you back to your ski without you having to swim, and ask you if you're okay. They block for you when other riders are coming around to keep you safe until you do what you need to do. Adrian Fisk now going through the horseshoes in the lead, followed by the Missile. Race number 12, the starting line is yours. There's Charles Ginchard on that 24. New boat for him. I don't think it's going to stay that way. I think he's got good intentions of putting it in something we're used to seeing him in. So here comes Brian now as he gets back underway from that spill. Yep, you can hear that 1500 out there singing. Here comes Adrian. Followed by the Missile. Adrian electing to rise up in the GP class. On his 1500, he's a very solid rider, so this is his homegrown class or home class. This is where his ski is actually classified, but he got a Super Jet. He rides in the two-stroke Super Jet class. And then he's a fast rider on his 1500, so he jumps into ski GP as well. Usually not both days, though. Most of the time just one day when he feels the energy to do it. Doesn't always do it. Just depends on how he's feeling. Race number 12, starting line is yours. Looks like most of you are down there. So here comes Ridley back around. We got Adrian out there, followed by the Missile. Dale's Jet Sport splits. We got Charles Ginchard. So Brian knowing about one more lap, and Adrian's going to be around to him. And again, this is a lot of combined motos. So we've got like ski bets with Ridley and expert ski, I believe, or master ski, grandmaster ski, master ski, veteran ski, and ski stock. So I don't even know if they're all in the same class. They're out there riding their laps. And we're like, well, they're racing, yes, but they're also accumulating points to the national points. I would be very confident that Adrian is in contention for national points. And then Charles, I believe, is in veteran ski. He usually rides a aftermarket Bullet. So he's out there on a stock ski keeping up his points. Charles doing the Havasu Series, the Texas Series, the Mid-American Series. The wind's picking up. Grab a hold of your tents. I want to take this time to thank our sponsors. I'll read them off the board there. Jet Tribe USA Series of Champions, Ride Now Lonestar WaterX Series, Liquid Molly, Jet Trim, Commander Industries, 321 Kawasaki, Dale's Jet Sports, Charles Ginchard Action Photography, Warritos, Jay Caldwell Pools, Adrian Fisk 4F Photography, Works. There's Adrian Fisk taking the checkered flag. Also want to thank Paul Allen in the city of Paris on Lake Crook for hosting us this weekend and agreeing for us to come back and host the championship. It's a pretty neat park. The beach area is really nice. Water's got a little bit of rocks in it, so I mean it's not too bad. I wouldn't go out there barefooted. Plenty of area in that cove over there for the pit, so your skis are protected and not exposed too much to the race chop. So Adrian's over there in the shutdown area, and he's going to hang out and wait for all of his classmates to cross the finish line. We got a rider down in the splits. He gets back up underway, though. And then, say, Ridley finished. We're waiting on Charles there. I'm looking at the live stream now. There's a little bit of delay to where I see Charles going down, but want to thank everybody. 27 people are tuned in that I can see on the live chat on YouTube. I'm sure there's more across other venues, but I'm tuned in to YouTube. So if you're on YouTube and you're commenting, I can see what you're saying. Good racing there in the ski stock class. The raffle hadn't had any raffle business, but that's okay. If you don't want to come up and do it right now, we'll be saying it all day. We'll do it through awards, so you will have a chance to participate in the raffle. We just don't want you to forget about it. Please donate to the course marshals, and then of course if you win the raffle, you're going to have a season of paid entries next year. It's a good thing if you intend to keep on doing this. I like being here. I'm going to keep on doing it. I like working with Charles and Justin and Terry. Not Rob though. Anybody but Rob. I'm kidding. Rob and I are friends. Rob run the gamut, built really fast Sea-Doo X4s, and then moved to the sport class because that was the growing class. So Rob bought some blasters and had some Sea-Doos in there, and still has Sea-Doos. He's got a beautiful SPX. He's got a Spark. That's the wrong race. That's 13. All right, Runabout Amateur Stock, race number 12. On the 23, oh, that's a good close-up of Charles right there. On the 23 out of Kima, Texas, it's James House at House Performance.
Founder of Commander Industries. Just want to go over what comes with your Commander GP1 hull kit. The hulls will come to you with your nose and wings already mounted on your ski, all your hardware with your bushings and everything all put in place. Your handle pole bracket will already be drilled for installing it. Your hood has its vents put in. It has the hood seals are already installed. It's basically aligned and ready to go. Your rear sponsons are installed and sealed in place. All of the holes are drilled and tapped for your ride plate, your intake grate. All your fittings are put in place as far as your pump shoe, your pump plate, your water lines, steering cable bracket. All that's already pre-done for you, so you don't have to do any of those things once you receive it. Your bulkhead bearing carrier is drilled, tapped, and positioned and aligned for drive shaft alignment. You have your fittings for your steering cable. One of the holes is for steering cable. The other one is for your, if you utilize a drop nozzle, 2.5-inch stainless steel exhaust that goes all the way through with a sealed on the end with a billet aluminum bezel. Because we've already drilled, tapped, aligned all your engine driveline components, then you have to just transfer everything out of your SXR and into the new hull. Everything that you need will come with the boat as far as being.
Let down all that wet gear and get back behind the camera, and we'll do it to it. All right, so we're going to get ready. You can see we're going to check everybody down on the start. Everybody's happy. Then it goes to the starter, and you're going to hear a horn. We're green flag racing when you see the light. We ask that everybody on the start hold their line through all the white buoys, which is what you see Sewell out there doing. He had the inside position, so he gets to hug all the white buoys the tightest. Then you have Kyle Robinson starting on the inside with him. Takes that little bit wider tack through the blue splits, but Down to the Jet Tribe hole shot will be James House. Followed by Lewis Weibel. Then really good start for Greg Sewell on the inside. But Weibel goes really, really wide, has to bring it in to go around. Sewell sees it, checks up to get in behind him. Kyle Robinson's got a great view of all of it in the horseshoe. So House now way out front going into the Dales Jet Sport splits. House down from my way. Kemah, Texas. I'm from Port Neches, Texas, which is about an hour east. If you left Houston and started heading towards Louisiana, you would drive through my area. Our hometown races are Orange, Texas, and Lake Charles, Texas, or Lake Charles, I say Texas, Lake Charles, Louisiana, but it's might as well be Texas. If you're tuned in online and you like what you see and you have a business and you want to advertise with us and be a sponsor like I call out, like John Caldwell Pools, for instance, and get with the powers that be and get your name up on the list, and we'll call them out. Thank you for helping put all this on. Weibel there in second place. He rides for Easy E Racing. Greg Sewell looking great this morning. Greg, last year in the beginner class, has those speakers on his ski. Doesn't hurt the performance of it any. He's going to come after the black buoy this time because he had hit one of the buoys. If you hit one, that's the same as missing it, so you got to make up the black buoy on the preceding lap. Hitting a buoy, not such a big thing on these runabouts. They're heavy and fast, so the buoy, a lot like hitting a speed bag, punching bag, but you're on a smaller ski and you hit a buoy, it's about like hitting another vehicle. It's heavy and it hurts. We don't want to encourage hitting the buoys. You're supposed to navigate around them. That's why they're there. So we got House up front on the outside. Following him, we have Weibel. Adrian Fisk, you could interview next on The Price is Right. I think Tristan needs an interview. Maintaining his lead out front. Oh, Charles is back behind the mic, so welcome back, Charles. I mean, behind the camera. I'm on the mic. Welcome back, Charles. Good riding out there. Tristan has on Geneva's hat to, I guess, shade his ears, the top of his ear. His bangs shade is all the way down to his waist. Tristan and Trent both have long bangs. No. All right, Greg Sewell going across the Liquid Molly start-finish line there. I believe they've got 2 laps to go. Kyle Robinson even staying on the lead lap. No danger of being lapped here. Going to have a seat. Again, if you're watching or listening at home and you want to acknowledge that you're watching us. Put a comment. We'll recognize. We're seeing Scott Johnson and Connie Duplashane, or Mama Joe, as I like to call her. She's back home in Mid-County. I believe they live in Nederland.
Could you put those on the ground, please? Those gas cans are like right in the shot. You just put them
Watching
on the ground.
House on the outside
And then
splits
yell at
there on
Tony
that
when he sees it.
RXPX 325. They had a dark gray boat like Sewell's riding. Then they switched over to this light gray and yellow boat. I think it's his backup ski.
Thanks, Bill.
We'll see James next year in this class. Cooper Caldwell and Tim Miller also in this. Pablo Pagan not here this weekend. Weiler. Flanagan moving up to this class. Corey Hyman talking about making a comeback, wanting to get into this class.
Just grab that one in the back.
There comes Kyle Robinson now across the Liquid Molly start-finish line. Kyle running that back seat on the FX. You got to in the stock class. If you run it in the amateur open class, you can take the back seat off on the FX. You're like, why would that matter? The seat actually weighs a few pounds, and it allows air to get into the engine compartment. It does run a lot better without the back seat on it, but that is one of the rules that they make, that the back seat must be on it in this box stock class. Not to say it can't fall off while you're out there. We've seen that strategy used a couple of times. House really excited today. Working hard for a show like that, so you can hear him out there hollering. Well, not only has he worked hard on that boat, he worked hard on the other boat to get there too. He's fought a lot of gremlins last year and that spot. I know how gratifying that is. And then Weiler coming across the Liquid Molly finish line as well. He's a good, hard racer. What I like about this class, like Sewell coming by, you get Pagan out there, House, Weiler, when Kelly Willis moves up into this class, Hodges in there next year. It's going to be a really good class if we're able to get them all together. Just don't really have an advantage over the FXs anymore. In the GPs, it just really depends on the course and the water conditions. So Adrian Fisk, this is your interview time if you want to take it.
When I'm looking for high quality performance oil, Luca Molly Marine is my go-to oil. 2-stroke and 4-stroke, on and off the track. It's the best choice for me, and it should be yours as well.
Racing. It's Brianna Weiler. Are we switching? I don't think so.
Hey guys, it's Taylor Swift. We're here at Jet Trim getting some new mats for race season. Let's go inside.
So I'm standing here with Adrian Fisk. Charles is saying 1 second.
There you go.
All right, so we're standing here with Adrian Fisk, winner of Pro Ski Stock or Amateur Ski Stock. Also choosing to ride in the GP class right off the trailer this morning. So tell us about your ski, who helped you get here, who's driving you home, and anybody watching at home?
Want to give a big shout out to my family. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm driving myself. Big shout out to Tim Miller, helping me get the ski going. And Drewski Stall Hut. Everybody helped along the way. All my holders, everybody kind of hops in and helps me out. So appreciate you guys. It's really fun out here.
So Adrian, also one of our photographers, so you don't see him a whole lot because when he's not on the skis, behind a camera a lot like Charles is. So tell us about your your business, your photography business, and what you like about it so much. And obviously, if you want a picture of yourself riding, who to contact?
Yeah. I've been doing photography, videography for most of my life, 10 years maybe. And I love it. I love capturing stuff. I love sharing with people. So, yeah, if you want some pictures or video, come let me know, and I'd be happy to capture your moments.
Not just for jet skiing. So if you have somebody graduating or if a wedding or an event in your life and you're thinking, oh, I don't know any photographers. Yes, you do. Adrian Fisk is a very professional photographer. He'll come out and take pictures of your event, help you share those memories. Right? Okay. Adrian Fisk, Moto 1 winner. Thank you. Look at hey, everybody loves him some Adrian. Yo, Adrian.
And I ride for Team Commander. My favorite thing about my GP1 is the fact that it's super stable in the rough water and how good it handles.
My name is Karis Webster and I race the Commander 1050 GP1. My favorite thing about this ski is it's the perfect transition from junior lights to the GP class.
Charles, we do another interview, bud? Yeah. So he was hooting and hollering after that one. I know he's happy. He's worked hard on 2 jet skis to get to this moment. We're here with James House. He's still breathing heavy.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'd like to give a good shout out to Water Performance Engineering, Martin Davidson. You killed it on that ski this time. Thank you so much. I'd like to give a shout out to my pit crew, Austin Ski, Jaden Sanford, my father, Charles. These guys, man, they are here every single day. They're in the heat, in the sweat, where I am. And these guys don't even get to go fast. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you. That was a great show. Thank you so much. Everybody give a big round of applause. Moto 1 winner, James House. He's been working hard to get to that point.
For those of you tuning in at home, we are reinflating a buoy, so we're just waiting to reinflate a buoy, and then we'll be back to racing.
Out in Lake Havasu later this month, so if you've got a road trip in mind and you don't quite know what you want to do, you can travel out west.
Yeah,
bring
spread the
your jet
word.
ski
I don't know
and
if
go
all of
race.
them know that.
Okay.
And then I'm done. Yeah, but then the race, and then there's a little bit more.
Martin Davison on there saying go House Racing. Thank you, Martin.
I keep getting the handle stuck on my knee because it's back. Like I've done that several times. I'll be like, can I get real aggressive? I'm in and I'm I've done that several times. Yeah. It's the first time I went and tried it. This was the first. I rode it for the first time yesterday. And I went to do a sweeper out there, and I taped like the steering into it. I gave my bullet, and I just basically went like, whoop, and the ski didn't turn at all. And I was like, oh, okay, I got to turn the handle. Yeah, you actually have to turn the bars, not just apply pressure. Yeah, the bullet is like, you can slow it. They even make extra long bars to slow that. We're dealing with more. Yeah, I can do a river run with like 0 steering. I can just like adjust my weight and it's easy. Isn't that awesome? I really love it.
You guys work so hard all throughout the season, and to be to this point and still be in good spirits, most of you, and out there grinding and trying, and you know, getting new wetsuits and new helmets and goggles and gloves and all that fun stuff to be safe. And some of you really pay close attention to your jet ski. Like, you can tell it's waxed. It gets a cover put on it when it gets home. And all that, a lot of jet ski maintenance in between rounds, you can tell. We got some course maintenance to do. We got to hit a buoy, and it is deflated, so we must replace it. So we can take this time to say, if you're hungry, and I can smell them, the food trucks are open, so you can go to the food truck. I think it's getting hot enough now. A snow cone sounds good. The kids are over in the snow cone booth, right? Yeah. Pineapples, my recommendation. Ice cream in the bottom. That'll melt pretty quickly. Oh man, that'd be sweet. Yeah, he sent me. Oh, how many?
All right, again, for anybody watching at home, we just popped a buoy, kind of an important buoy on the track, so we're just taking a minute to reinflate a buoy, get a new one out there. The live stream is going to go all the way through Ski GP. So right now we're on Moto 13, Runabout 11. Next up is Moto 14, which is our 10 to 15 four-stroke lights. That's a couple different classes, but I just call it 10 to 15. And then Moto 15 is Ski GP. So the live stream is going to go through Ski GP, and then I'm going to turn it off, and we're going to break for lunch, and I'm going to see you guys at the Havasu Riviera Marina. But a little bit of downtime right now. They're just reinflating a buoy, and there it is. So we will resume shortly. Thanks for sticking around. Back to Joey.
What I've seen the majority of is it's a loaded hot dog, anything you want on a hot dog, and then they have a hamburger, and then the nachos actually is what I've seen the best. Yeah, she had lots of cool toppings for nachos. Yeah, and the chips were really big.
That's what it is, and it's happened to us.
Man, that was fast. Every single ticket. Yeah, we're only pulling one ticket.
Hey, I'm going to pan over to you guys in about 30 seconds. Yo! Hey, down in front. They're going to be coming across. Thank you.
I'll tell you what lap it is. I think it's one lap.
Rider down in the horseshoe. Looks like Ashley Sewell. Grabbed 3 handfuls, and there's a name on every one of them, so I think. All right. So I know Brianna's in this one, most likely out front, looks like it. Then we got Grinwald right behind her. Then we got Ashley taking a spill in the horseshoe there, so she's on her boat getting back up. Charlie and Jackson electing not to be in this moto. Moto 14, the starting line is yours. All EXs in this one. No sparks. Missing Ashton Avery this weekend, usually on a spark in this class, and it only takes him about a lap or two, and then the overheat sensor or the gas sensor, whichever one it is that does that long beep, beep, it goes off. Brianna and Eric out there. That could be it might be Taylor. I can tell when he comes around. And out there in the Dale's Jet Sport splits, that's Eric. Ashley's over there on the outside starts. Brianna's going to follow her. And Eric's also all going to do the outside. So the blue Jet Tribe section of the split's not too popular today. Javier's pretty much the only one committed to it. Hendricks also showing us how it's done on the inside. Race number 14, the starting line is yours. Race number 15, Moto 2. Race number 15, Moto 2. GP everything. To the ready. And that will conclude our live stream. So while we're doing that, we want to thank our sponsors again for this Jet Tribe USA Series of Champions. Ride Now Lonestar WaterX Series Championship. Liquid Molly, Jet Trim, Commander, Yamaha, 321 Kawasaki, Dale's Jet Sports. John Caldwell Pools, Leisure Pools, Warritos Drinks. Vision Watercraft, Drew Stallhut, just mentioned. Like saying Big Fish Bail Bond. Naughty Water. Naughty like nautical, not N-A-U-G-H-T-Y. Putting together a great moto today. She's got a good riding style. She stays up front on the ski and really pretty neutral. Doesn't hang off the side a whole lot. She steers the ski, keeps it square in her seated stance, if you want to call it that. She keeps her legs, she switches her feet in between to keep pressure on the boat, presses it down in the right spot to keep it on a tight corner. She also uses the back parts of the splits to keep the momentum up. That's how she's managing to stay in front of Grinwald. Grinwald, though, using the inside splits, trying to ride a smooth line to shorten the course up. So we got Ashley coming across. Followed by Brianna. Then Eric. So Ashley had come around for one more lap. She retains her spot on the get to finish her lap.
Right. Joey. Talk to them. Whoever that is. Who's that?
You want house again?
I don't know. Or talk to him.
You wanted an interview.
Grab somebody.
Hello. Okay, so I'm standing here with Tristan Heber, who has had an interesting weekend. He played his first football game of the season on Friday night, and then took a cold shower or hot shower? Cold shower. He took a cold shower, and the car was already packed with his family, and they drove through the night to be here for the morning. And then your first race up was two-stroke Superjet lights, and pretty full line. And then walk us through the rest.
So basically, I was out in front, and then I took the second buoy, and I fell off and broke my arm.
So, played a football game, rode in the car all night long, shows up pretty much off the trailer to race, gets the whole shot, and then falls and ends up in a cast. So, let's talk about your sponsors and who you want to thank for the season. That was a very large spider right on my toe. Thank you, sir. You saved my life. Tell us about your sponsor.
My dad, Justin, Big Fish Boat Bonds, and the overall sponsors.
Anybody at home watching you want to say hello to?
Probably my grandma and Grandpa Watson. One-handed. And everyone else.
Is there someone out there you wish was watching?
No.
That's pretty tight. All right. Tristan Heber, done for the season. What do you think about the points? You lost your points battle to Karis this weekend.
Yep, it happens. Everything happens for a reason.
Well, that just means she's got to work harder to maintain that lead next year.
Yep.
She's standing at the camera right now. Why? She's like, look, they're both gimp armed, so they'll get healed up. Karis behind the camera up there, but they both had a rough year with different parts of the elbow. So, thank you, Tristan. That spider was like that big. It was big. Now I'm nervous. I think it was a wolf spider, which is good, but still. All right, 4-stroke lights.
you, Diva.
I'll figure out a way. Bo goes down. Now he's going to have his hands full with Felix in the Dale's Jet Sport splits. Another happy customer in the raffle here. Javier Falcone, after that heated start, going in the horseshoe all alone, followed by Andrew Vo, then Felix, then Trent. Then there's a bit of a gap between Christian and Colton. I'll take them both. Anyone, y'all want to keep good announcing going? You bring cold water to him. Donna Queener is not here. She's usually the person that does that for me. So if Donna and Tim are watching, we miss you guys. I got a cooler. There's Charles. Not near the beach and have a good seat or a spot, if you got some popcorn popped or you're at the food truck, we got about 4 more laps and then we're going to set this water on fire. Great racing in the Dale's Jet Sport splits between Christian Bain and Colton Grinwald, but we got Grinwald down, and he's not on the jet ski, so we got a rider down in the Dale's Jet Sport splits, and he is separated from the ski. He is a good ways away. Javier going into the horseshoe now, followed by Andrew Vo. Andrew not able to make up any distance on Javier yet. Holland Hobby. He looks over his shoulder there because he knows he went a bit wide on that corner. Brian Snyder telling me last night that Javier joining them in some of the practice sessions. So we've got the Sulphur Springs crew. How far is that from Dallas? Okay, so it's ways. So that's fine. That's about the same. So I ride at Jeans, and that's about an hour from my house. So that's about what I go through. Javier Falcone, 106 out front, followed pretty closely by Andrew Vo. Javier now coming around. Colton got back underway, and the white flag flies, so I don't believe Colton to go a lap down. That's awesome. Race number 15. I know you've been listening to it, but you guys are up. Will conclude our broadcast morning after race 15. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in and listen to me gab this morning. I want to thank Charles Ginchard for being our producer and our cameraman and organizer. All right, there goes Trent Cornett. He's around the horseshoe, kind of out there by himself. He had a good start and everything going on in front of him. Wasn't able to be a part of that mix, so he's making sure he's well in front of Christian there. They're loading me down with water, which is great because it's helping my voice. That sugar yesterday, I didn't go to sleep until like 11:30 last night. Javier Falcone crossing that liquid molly finish line, and Andrew Bowe close behind. Brianna's already had an interview, so I know everybody's getting ready for this next race. So we'll see if we can grab someone. You can hear him out there warming up. Thank you, Colin, for warning me about the big beach spiders. I appreciate the effort now. I'm going to put on flip-flops. It's not going to help much, but... Well, those are those wolf spiders, yes. They eat a lot of things, so wolf spiders you want to keep alive. I don't know what kind of spider that was. It was big. Like, it was a crocodile. Real tarantula. Wow. Wow. There's Megan coming to film her brother. While you were out there, I was like, that's not fair. She films her brother and hands up, I'm here. Hi, Kyle. How you doing, buddy? I'm doing real good. I was talking about you real well out there. I was bragging about his mustache. Here, come on. I was bragging about his mustache, but he's actually got the full-on Wyatt Earp going. So, talk to us about your race out there. Anybody you want to thank or watch at home, and who's driving you home? Really? I can't hear. On the start, so you need to go to Waffle House after the race is over about that. But your ski's running a lot more consistent. I know you did a rebuild and a refresh on your ski, so after that's been done, it's running a lot better. I noticed you're running with the back seat on it again. So talk about your ski and how it's handling and performing.
It's handling good. It's performing good. I got a new impeller on it, so just testing where the impeller sits, and then I'm going to send it off and get it pitched where I want it.
Well, that's Kyle Robinson, everybody. Thanks for stopping by and talking with us. Yep. He's just down here on the beach to watch the GP race, but I grabbed him real quick. So we've got to give them these skis. They just sit on the trailer, and they need to get warmed up, get water running through them, so they can perform at their best level. So we're giving them a little bit of a warm-up. We do it in sprint car racing, too. They're not stock. These are all custom. Everything about them is custom built, as you see on the commercials. They're hand-built. So it's good to get them out there and get them through their paces. Just a big parade, warm-up laps, not necessarily ready. You want them to stretch their legs just like you want the riders stretched and ready to go. You'd agree, right, Charles? It's good to give them a little bit. So it looks like everybody's happy, and I know Wild Bill's down on the line right there. You can see the screenshot. He's the gentleman in the Oiler blue, that light sky blue shirt with the clipboard in his hand and the radio on his chest and those Texas flag shorts. Wild Bill is the heart and soul of this organization, folks. I mean, Terry's the head and who we all look up to, but I'm telling you right now, Wild Bill, you ever need words of wisdom, he's always got a gem right on his tongue. He's always got a big, enormous smile on his face, and he's always got advice to tell you. So Cooper looks like he was electing to do the backwards start there, but they're going to turn him around the right way. He glanced over at me. He knows I'm talking about him. You want to introduce him to it? That's fine. On the 210 out of Lake Havasu City, Arizona. Go ahead and say Slippery. He's wearing all slippery. Juju, as I was told yesterday. Baumier.
No, that's wrong.
Got a little history on him last night. Lavernia, Texas, pro watercraft. Mason Katera, he's on the 186. That's that black ski there with the white numbers. He's going to be on the inside second starting position. Brian Snyder on the 410 out of Sulphur Springs, Texas. Mike Myhills out of Spicewood, Texas. Austin jet skier. He's on that bright green and blue 12. He's on the outside start. Trevor Burns out of Rockwall, Texas, riding for OGO. Bell Helmets, 100% rain cross storage. He's on that dark gray 299 with the chrome numbers, wearing a black wetsuit with white helmet. He's all the way on the outside of the he's on the outside of the outside start there. 127 out of Phoenix, Arizona, riding for Commander Team Faith Works H2Os, Rylan Webster. He's on that bright gray boat with yellow numbers. Cooper Shakesnyder on that green and blue boat out of Hesperia, California, number 28. Tim McGee, not with us today. And Craig Fain out of Norman, Oklahoma on the gray 17. We need a 2-minute hold. We need a 2-minute hold for Rylan Webster. Sounds like you got it. Get ready for the best sound in motorsports, folks. So Justin's going to check down the line. He's going to point the green flag at every racer. If they nod yes, they're ready to go when he goes down. The light will go to green. We are green flag racing, and as you see the spray, everybody's got to hold their line. There goes the drone. Cooper Shakesnyder on the outside start. Ryland Webster there in the middle on the inside start. So it looks like Ryland's going to have the advantage on the inside split coming around, and he will come out ahead of Jules Hopkins and get the Jet Tribe hole shot. So Ryland Webster with the Jet Tribe hole shot, followed very, very closely by Jules Hopkins, then Cooper Shake Snyder. Then Brian Snyder. Mason Katera getting a wonderful start on this moto. Trevor Burns racing up to Brian Snyder now, followed by Mike Myhills. There's Adrian Fisk on the 35 with Craig Fain. Then we got Juju Barmier here on the 210. So Webster electing the outside splits this time by to keep that Kawasaki horsepower down. Webster now in the lead, followed by Jules Hopkins. Then Shake Snyder. Another part there, that's Mason Katera on that 186, followed by Trevor Burns on the 299, then Brian Snyder, Mike Myhills. The other thing about these GP1 boats starting early like that, usually they race later in the day when the air temperature is warmer and the water temperature usually a little bit warmer, so a good thing for these boats to run crisp like that early in the morning. Like Hopkins said earlier in his interview, that's usually not how they operate, but it was fun for him because it was different. Hopkins is watching Webster's lines, so Hopkins just a buoy behind. I've been coming up with a nickname for Ryland, and right now the best one I like is the Lieutenant Commander. I really like that for him. I don't know what he'll think, but we'll see. So, like I said, Jules is watching what he's doing. He's back there creeping. He's watching where he's riding. Now we got Burns in a battle right now with Katera, so Burns actually making the pass. That's for fourth. They're combined motos, so Katera and Trevor in the same class, so that is a pass for position. Webster now in the splits. We got Snyder and Myhills together. They had a great battle yesterday. So Charles, if you can get them on camera. We got racing all over the course. Webster finding some breathing room. Hopkins in the catbird seat in second place is watching what Webster's doing. They're going to get to halftime this time by, halfway done. And this is the last time we will see these guys today. So this, your weekend finale. We will not see Ski GP with these folks again. We crammed them into the broadcast, so you're watching Ryland Webster there out front, followed by Jules Hopkins. They're putting... Oh, Cooper Shake Snyder now also riding up to Hopkins. So Hopkins in the catbird seat, now having to play defense. Throw a towel on second and third place right now. You got Trevor Burns out there by himself now in 4th, which technically he's 3rd. Hopkins is in pro, so they're not racing against him. Snyder and Myhill still right there together. Now Juju's raced up to them. He's gotten around Adrian. There's Craig Fain there on the 17. So Hopkins getting a little breathing room on Shake Snyder there, but I'm pretty sure he's decided he's not going to be able to catch Webster. He's going to do what he can to stay away from Shake Snyder, which again, he's in the pro class, so he is racing against these guys, but he's going to be class first for his moto. Trevor Burns there, putting the gap on Mason Katera. Juju now racing past Myhills and Brian Snyder. So I believe that puts Juju in 4th in his moto, 5th overall. And he started last, so racing up through over half the field now. And with the time, I do believe the laps he's turning, he has a chance at getting to Katera before the end. Maybe not Burns, but one more lap. We're going to be looking at a defense for Mason Katera. Now, Webster putting Payne a lap down has actually got a whole straightaway over Jules Hopkins. But Cooper Shake-Snyder taking the splits, getting in front of Jules. Now having to deal with the lapper of Craig Thane. Shake-Snyder actually found something that lap. He's moved up and now in the same section of the course as Webster. We're going to watch Cooper Shake-Snyder this time. He's going to take the inside of the Dale's Jet Sports splits, which is the same as Ryland Webster. They're now a buoy and a half apart. Webster's looking over his shoulder and now seeing that green boat he's used to seeing. I'm sure they practice together. Shake-Snyder taking a bit of a break there on that corner. He's pouring on the speed now. Ryland, look, he gets a good chance to see. He knows he's got a gap now. Cooper, though, Cooper's saying, I'm going to stick on the inside. So now we got Snyder and Myhills tangling on the horseshoe. Where is Juju with Katera? Webster in the lead, white flag. Cooper Shake-Snyder in second. Jules is bowing out, so we're going to have one lap left for Cooper Shake-Snyder to reel in Ryland Webster. There's Juju on the backstretch. Coming into the splits, he's going to take the inside to try to get around Mason Katera on this last lap. Snyder and Myhills on the backstretch will take the white flag this time by. Shake-Snyder has caught Webster. Shake Snyder has caught Webster. They're going to go into the backstretch. It will come down to the splits and the front stretch. Webster sees him and puts the power down on the backstretch, but so does Shake Snyder. Here he comes. Oh, Webster takes a big bobble. Shake Snyder stays true. Webster having to deal with rougher water on the outside. Shake Snyder now with the advantage. Shake Snyder coming in. Here comes the throw. Webster hangs on. I don't know if one more lap would have done that one, folks. Hopkins comes home in third. Now we'll focus to the other races. I believe we've got Juju on the outside in a race for position with Katera there on the inside. He will have Thane to deal with lap riding. Katera's going to take the inside split. Here comes Juju and Craig Thane. Katera's going to hang on. All right, one race left to go out there. We got Brian Snyder on the 410 and Mike Myhills on the 12. Snyder has the advantage the whole race. Myhills now dealing with the chop on the outside. Like I said, these are all multiple classes. Terry Hebert, we need a call on the break. 10, 15, 20 minutes. 20-minute break. We'll see if we can't get a Big Earn style interview from Ryland Webster coming off the beach. Webster just coming off the water, Big Earn style, hitting 3 strikes in a row, holding off Jules Hopkins and Cooper Shake Snyder. How you feeling, buddy?
I'm pretty pumped, I'm not gonna lie, but Cooper rode really, really good, and yeah, he was on it. He was charging the inside split. I don't know if I could have charged the inside split that fast. I was gonna take the inside, and I saw it was Adrian, and I was like, all right, Adrian's not slow, so I think I should be good if I come through here. And yeah, I just had the drive on him, and yeah, it was a really good moto.
So you want to thank anybody watching at home, and probably more pumped than you. You got to imagine there's people at home jumping up and down for that the whole time because we were on the beach.
Yeah, no, I'd give a big shout out to my dad and Cooper's dad for bringing our stuff out here. So yeah, Commander Industries, Impros, Works H2O Designs, Jet Pilot, Team Faith, Jet Trim, everyone that helps me out. Big thank you to you guys, and shout out to my mom at home. She's freaking out right now because she's away from her babies.
There's a Texas thing we do when you win big. Mess up somebody's perfect hair like Jimmy Johnson. Bowl. So we'll mess up Ryland's hair. That was a great race. Glad y'all are here to be a part of it. They were watching you, trying to figure out how to get around you. And at the end, when they threw that bomb, you stuck hard and you did not falter and you stuck that race out. So congratulations. Good job. Thank you, everybody at home watching. Ryland Webster, everybody. Who else you want? You want Juju? Yeah? So we're here with Juju Baumier, right? Beaumer. And he started actually in the back of that pack and raced up through. So I believe you were scored in 4th overall, but you passed more riders than anybody on the track. So take off your helmet. How were you able to pass more riders on a tight course like that without a lot of passing going on, honestly?
Yeah, just gotta carry a lot of momentum through the corners. There's 2 splits though, which makes it interesting. So that's nice having 2 splits, and then just gotta really be smooth and smart.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where you from? Who you ride for? How you got into jet skiing?
From Lake Havasu City, Arizona. I'm riding the Commander this weekend, but originally I raced motocross and supercross for Raffle KTM. So I got into jet skiing. My dad was a mechanic, so he got me into it when I was younger, and then I switched over to Moto when I was a little bit older.
Okay. So is there anybody watching at home that's excited to see you here and maybe misses you a little bit?
Yeah, I think everyone in the jet ski community is excited to see me back. Plans to race World Finals, so I'm excited to be back and ready to have some fun.
Okay. Well, you look good in your slippery wetsuit, and you got Adidas shoes. That's what I like to wear is Adidas shoes. And then where do you ride in Lake Havasu?
Body Beach normally, just hang around there.
Okay. So it sounds like you've had a good childhood and you're growing into a good are you in college or are you in school?
No, I travel every weekend racing supercross, so I'm homeschooled now. So
okay. Do you know Anna Glennon?
Yep. Yeah.
Anna's actually from this region originally. She's one of our babies that moved away from us. So we miss her. But y'all put on a great show. Thank you very much. Hope you come back to Texas. How do you like it here in Texas?
I love it in Texas. Texas is awesome.
Okay. Now, have you raced motocross or supercross in Texas as well?
Yeah, we race actually in 2 weeks in Dallas in the Motor Speedway, so it's going to be fun.
Okay, so if you're here in 2 weeks and you're looking for something to do, come watch Juju on his dirt bike, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. Are you going to have an autograph session, though?
Yeah, I believe we'll have one Friday and Saturday.
Okay, so not only watch him race, but come meet him and get some autographs, too. Thank you very much, sir. It's a pleasure watching you ride today. Yeah. You want to sign off? Yeah? Okay. So that concludes our broadcast for this morning. We want to thank you for tuning in. The action was perfect. You couldn't ask for a better morning of racing action between GP Ski and EX Rec Lights. The vintage racing was good. So if you like the racing you see and you're looking for a new series, come to Texas. If you want to be on the broadcast for Charles Ginchard, cool. We want to thank Liquid Molly, Ride Now Power Sports, Jet Trim, Jet Tribe, 321 Kawasaki, Commander, Dale's Jet Sports, Charles Ginchard Photography, Haritos Works, Adrian Fisk, and Vision Watercraft, Jay Caldwell Pools, and let's see, who else? Leisure Pools, all the fun folks here to put us on. Signing off, and we'll see you next season.